can find me at the sun again. To the day I go to be with the sun again. I oil done shine, so gonna run again. You can't comprehend the mouth, so you dumb again. The way of y'all sending God just like refuge, but you're on the outside like some refuse. If I had your spot, I'd be pressed too. You an experiment, nothing but a test too. And if you Christian, you irrelevant. Don't give a F about your Jesus like we celibate. You try to hold us captive, but them chains rent. Preacher teachers that own it, no time to change rent. You don't agree with a mouth, so we can walk together. I'll be with the Yahoo team, you can check the schedule. If you ain't hear me, you can play that back. But let me take a time to tell you where I be at. Kamashi, Shabayi, at least 3 of the Muhadi. The synagogue is where I be. Don't call my phone, don't bother me. Kamashi, Shabayi, at least 3 of the Muhadi. The synagogue is where I be. Don't call my phone, don't bother me.
Synagogue, tryna get that roof off, Synagogue, tryna get that roof off, Synagogue, tryna get that roof off, Synagogue, 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 tryna get that roof off, Synagogue, tryna get that roof off, Synagogue, tryna get that roof off, Synagogue, Synagogue.
Kamashi, Shabayi, at least 3 of the Muhadi. The synagogue is where I be. Don't call my phone, don't bother me. Kamashi, Shabayi, at least 3 of the Muhadi. The synagogue is where I be. Don't call my phone, don't bother me.
Tell your Hoosiers on the main line, tell them what you want. I say your Hoosiers on the main line, tell them what you want. Your Hoosiers on the main line, so call him up. Jack all this long distance, so you best make sure you got enough. So your call won't get declined, you won't get a second time. There's a lot of folks that's waiting, I suggest you get in line. Look, you sitting there, it's bad enough. Why you keep standing like this when they mad enough? He gon' burn you up as soon as he mad enough. But you think this is the game, so keep laughing, huh? I can only speak for me, cause I don't know nothing about y'all. But I gotta make sure I live circumspect so I can answer when he call. If there's problems in your marriage, you just call him up. Whether you're going through right now or had to give him up. And if there's problems in your finances, just call him up. Cause if he can give you Shamayim, then surely money is an easy thing. Your Hoosiers on the main line, so no matter what your problem is, could be your family, could be your health, but all your healing is in him. But make sure for your call that your lifestyle is in check. Cause if not, when you make that call, he gon' hit reject. Hey, your Hoosiers on the main line, tell them what you want. I say your Hoosiers on the main line, tell them what you want. Your Hoosiers on the main line, tell them what you want. I say your Hoosiers on the main line, tell them what you want.
Yo, Hoosier on the main line, call him up, tell him what you want. Is it that Ruach HaKodash's best you go and tell him up front, cause he ain't got time for the games and shit. He looking for a marriage, not a fling, it's a relationship. The road to Qatar is broad but narrow, is that way to him. So you ought to be careful choosing sides and know what lane you pick. You in the HOP, I'm in the right, maintaining speed. No cocaine and weed, amazingly how we were chose before the Arabs became the beat. So if I take the lead, it wasn't I, it was ordained by he. Don't be mad, it gotta just be the way it is. Say la vie, wait and see on how this tree will grow. My Aki be patient. He called me out of the soil and I rose up to the occasion. Chosen out of the nations, yo, who were modus and made us to cry out and call on the before a phone was created. Yo, who shall I? Mashiach, my hope through this tribulation. He calling me through a text. I got the notification.
Say your Hoosiers on the main line, tell them what you want. I say your Hoosiers on the main line, tell them what you want.
people that came here, they know they don't belong over there. They know they still on stolen property. No, I told you know how you affected them, how you got him to move? Economics. I've told you black people before. White people only understand two things, violence and economics. These are only two things white people understand. Your talking don't mean nothing to white people. Money, violence.
I'ma take this New Jersey and show you I make it work for me. It's non-fiction, no holes in this story. Y'all who deemed chosen the glory, the promise was here before me. Cause y'all love my fathers, he kept his word and restored me. Now I know I did idol worship that made him afford me. At the time of this ignorance, I committed it like Jeroboam. Behold your gods when these rappers flowing. The Oscar Nazis built the platform. The Isles of the Gentile, the lion roaring. Now the Zionist pouring blood. The indignation, vexation of a righteous judge. Visited the iniquity on people specifically. Contributed to our captivity. And then forget it like Amalek. They sticking them with shanks in the front and the back. Cause they oppress us with banks and interest rates jack. Sky high, living in debt the people die by. It's not your Torah to abide by. We identify lies.
We never meant us any good. We know it's good in every one of these people. Don't say all of them. Please don't think I'm talking about everyone. I'm talking about the people that operate this system. We ain't had they ever meant you any good. Malcolm said it the best. Where can he ever go and say he outbrought people? In Iraq? In Afghanistan? Where he did? Where? In Vietnam? Everywhere he went, he's only destroyed.
If you ain't getting what I'm spit, then it ain't made for you. Cause the truth will make you free if you obeying while you're praying for it. You get complacent, inconsistency play. Now you're entertaining what's saying. Lingering statements, tantalizing but analyze result is damnation. Television programming, jamming your concentration, scramble your information. Ramifications, glamour and haughty faces. And turn the channel for journalism investigations. The ones addressing the nation, the message they created. Suppressing media, edited and replace it with household reality shows to stay evasive, divert mind, pervert eyes from covert operation. Viacom affiliates, subsidiary Nielsen Raiders. Target our babies, demographic commercialization. While we all busting our hump, paying for phones and cable, finance our own infiltration and our own dictator.
Nobody tell them, say, anytime they can get y'all young people here, make a fool out yourself and get you incarcerated in that system, he already got you taken. He already know we're gonna have to get you incarcerated. You're gonna 9 times you're gonna go gay, or you're gonna get yourself in Boston, or you're gonna get yourself and get killed. He already know what he's doing to you. Tell black man, we ain't gotta take now what belongs to us, it gonna fall to us anyway. Y'all hear me? All I need the so-called nigga to do is turn back to his God. Turn back to all our humans, see with a different man.
I'm offering servitude, heard them skill, we're using the word or two. Combat your subconscious for former versions you knew. It's not prophecy, philosophy, it's artistry done properly. Only all I hear can stop me. My lummin is watching with trumpets, I'm marching excited. A quickening got me right, like Mount Sinai, thunder and lightning. Watch it, I die. It's sinners and tights, D, cause sit down not. Can't see the beam until I remove the mold from my eye. I've been knee deep in the gospel, now it's past my die. But going the waste is not the case. Yahushua's my guy. That's why I praise, because he conquered the grave. I'm confident I'll raise on the first resurrection when I die. My justification will come through how I comply. The trials and tribulations, y'all make a way to escape. Possess your soul and your patience. I pray for edification, headed to your occupation. Whether you're riding at home, earphones, I mixtaped it. 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 Mixtaped it.
I hear my people crying, I see my people dying, living and feel like yes or all when they face Goliath. Trapped inside these churches, full of lies and curses, trying to get to our land where Yahuwah birthed us. This is America, this land ain't free for me. Seeing our women sell their body just to make us meat. Kids needing food to eat, young falling in the streets, robbing our elders that's living in poverty. There used to be a time when we wanted for nothing, living in comfort. All I seen wasn't who we trusted, but we forsook our rock and chose another path. He sold us to these sinners in this foreign land. Time to bethink ourselves, forsake these idol gods. Confess our sins and for correction we will take the rod. Then we can take our journey to where we belong. Our bereavements crossing over from parts unknown.
I remember the time that I was yours and you were mine not long ago. Now my heart is torn. I'm all alone. Sitting here it hurts, we've been dispersed. Please take us back.
by your wisdom and understanding. We sitting stranded, you left off, we've been abandoned. Didn't keep the law, statutes, the 10 commandments. Forget the American dream, let the sinners have it. Cause it's sin you vanish, and your face was hid. Broken vows of breaching this relationship. But Zion said, well, Elohim forsake his kids. Not if we get back in our proper place, yeah, and return the hearts. Then we'll see him come gather all of us that are scattered to the furthest part of the iris that's under the Shamayim. Bring us back as one nation under Elohim. Will you rule as governor and Malakim? Now I see it's all part of your plan. Me engraved on the palm of your hand. Don't forget your pilgrims, strangers and foreigners in this land.
I remember the time that I was yours and you were mine not long ago. Now my heart is torn. I'm all alone. Sitting here and it hurts, we've been dispersed. Please take us back where we belong, but we're far from home. Moving to parts unknown.
We're taking back our kids and taking back our wives. Headed back to the land where Abraham thrived. So many times they cheated, so many times they lied. We should have bust their head on the 10th time.
In these end times, you coming back, no forewarning. But not before you gather us from the four corners of the Arid. Far from home, we messed up, but like a dog in a bone, come and fetch us.
I remember the time that I was yours and you were mine not long ago. Now my heart is torn. I'm all alone. Sitting here and it hurts, we've been dispersed. Please take us back where we belong, but we're far from home. Moving to parts unknown. Parts unknown. Parts unknown.
Yahudi gang till death. It's a movement.
Yeah, we gon' ride on them, YG, we gon' ride, Yes, sir, we in here, okay. Look, check, look, food shortages like some form of a famine coming. So tell me what you gon' do to feed your family's stomach. You gon' stand up like a man, or you plan on running when you need a mark to shop at Sam's and even access Publix? FEMA coming, they rounding you up in massive numbers. Is you gonna be a thinker or a passive puppet? So we plotting, but we can't discuss it. The phone tap, plus the camp got our own rats that can't be trusted. But to go out from it showing they wasn't with us and throw away the bosh over a dumb decision. Cut the bridges, but we move forward. Still conduct our mission, Operation Salvation, even if we shoved in prison. Yeah, we gon' ride in these tough conditions. There's only one life, one hope, and one religion. We keep going like a run on sentence, point blank, period. Either you predator or become the victim. All I hear is on my side. Your word be my guide. Until the day I die. All I hear is on my side. Your word be my guide. Until the day I die. And we gonna ride till we lay the rest. Think we gonna lose? Go and place your bet. Every weekend it's strategic. We playing chess, but we ain't putting kings in check. We only here to tame the flesh. Yahoo deem a major threat. Our senses recovered. He woke us up out of our sleep in the midst of our slumber. Now these haters gonna throw shade like tent in the summer. Cause we stand tall, ride high like we sitting in Hummers. For the one sitting above us, you know we gotta slide. Yahushua HaMashiach, yeah, he showed us how to rise. Stood 10 toes down, dog. The only son was tried, but endured to the end. Son know we had to die, and his homies left beside. Only so the book could be fulfilled. Sheep scattered, little shortly after. Once the leaders killed, use your brain. Most do the same. I just keep it real, but I'ma ride when it's good and tough times even still. All I hear is on my side. Your word be my guide. Until the day I die.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I should fear no evil cause I know you who is my help.
Guide my steps, keep right, won't turn left. On this road that I'm on till I'm laid to rest.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I should fear no evil cause I know you who is my help.
Guide my steps, keep right, won't turn left. On this road that I'm on till I'm laid to rest.
His rod and his staff where my comfort at. Keep me conformed to this world, ain't no time for that. But I'ma stand firm on this word and won't turn. Why these niggas fold like some paperbacks? Music scene was getting cold, that's why I grabbed heater. I set the table with a beat, now it's time to eat up. That the bar till I'm full and I regurgitate the same thing as that the imposter, that's an aftertaste. I'm spitting my shali, but you don't get it. Exercise my amuna, survival of the fittest. And it's essential cause it's helping me grow. I got the sun and the water of stone. If he anointed with us all, then I know it's all for my burial. Told you don't touch his anointing, so he ain't sparing you. I just want my life to become so I can see his face in peace when he finally comes. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I should fear no evil cause I know you who is my help.
Guide my steps, keep right, won't turn left. On this road that I'm on till I'm laid to rest.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I should fear no evil cause I know you who is my help.
Guide my steps, keep right, won't turn left. On this road that I'm on till I'm laid to rest. Who is my shepherd? Turn my nefesh over into his hand like I threw an interception. Toward Shamayim, look to him for direction. But while I'm on this earth, still maneuver with a weapon. Keep a strap on the side. Cover from Yahuwah like the staff in the ride. And I don't wanna shoot you cause I'd rather think above all the actions of my life. Bring passions I'm alive. In the shadow I abide as I travel with the squad. The path is deep. Elohim take the wheel, I'm in the passenger seat. Used to be one of the boys who wanted to run with bulls until I seen y'all was only pastoring sheep. Now my whole outlook is different, like a nigga fresh home and he out from prison. To overcome and sure to follow. If I'm about his business, well forever in his house, I'm with it. Let's get it.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I should fear no evil cause I know you who is my help.
Guide my steps, keep right, won't turn left. On this road that I'm on till I'm laid to rest.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I should fear no evil cause I know you who is my help.
Guide my steps, keep right, won't turn left. On this road that I'm on till I'm laid to rest.
Tell yourself he's with me. He won't forget me. Though you can't see it, just believe it.
Let's get it,
Let's get it.
I can't handle it too much now. All that clap, I lost it. I just had a holding the clap, holding it down. I just had a hold out of me now. I'm just holding on right now. Y'all all right? Who is good to be alive? Cut just a tad air on there, just a tinnachi. A tinnachi. Everybody all right though? Woo, boy, we done made it. We almost hit sunset. That'll be the 8-day Shabbat. Then we going right on the second Shabbat. And I appreciate that brother right up there, and Crawford, appreciate them. Having that Alma, appreciate you too. And Zim already on, whoever you are. And I appreciate them for watching too. And I appreciate everybody been all right now? Y'all been enjoying yourselves? I appreciate it, definitely appreciate it. I know y'all did a little more hanging out this year than we typically do, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be hanging out and trying to take it easy and enjoy ourselves or anything, make sure we're living right. It's good, and it's about celebrating too, celebrating Mashiach. Because it had not been for him on our side. I hear people saying it all years ago, if it had not been for the Lord on my side. I tell you what, man, it's a good place to be. I know everything might not be what you want it, but when you consider what it can be and what it is, man, you really become appreciative for everything he's done. In fact, he hadn't cut you off, especially for me, somebody deserving to be cut off, and I appreciate the fact he had cut me off. The fact that he kept me alive, even for this day, even consider my latter end. I don't know about everybody else, that's something I got to consider on a daily basis. I sent out something yesterday about the young daughters in Kenya. Y'all saw it, y'all see them? They getting hit with paralysis, can't walk, crippling. They were showing them kind of walking in. You saw it, I sent it. Did anybody, someone to see it? Yeah, they're struggling, had to shut the schools down. They said, did you stop because you felt like it was wrong toward your creator? And you wanted to stop because you wanted to be in a certain position where you could be received? Or did you stop because you just feel like, well, really I'm just losing money and it's causing a problem with my family? You understand that? See, a lot of times what we look at, we're trying to obtain something, but it's got to be purpose. Why? Why are you doing it? It's just like me. I stopped doing everything I felt was wrong because not because people said I stopped because it was wrong with him and I wanted to be saved. So does this really make sense to y'all? Because a lot of people stop doing stuff. Well, I'm tired. That's not a qualification to get saved. I stopped, you know what, man, I just got tired. That's not a qualification. Anybody, you know what, every cigarette smoker stops. The problem, they got to start back up. You know what I'm saying? When you put it down for the fact, like everything that I gave up were things that were almost like, it was a part of my life. And I quit it for the fact of, I stopped it because I wanted to be saved. I didn't stop it just because, well, I'm just tired of it. No, I want to be saved. So it's a difference, you know what I'm saying? So when I'm going at it now, it's based off a belief system. You say, I'm believing this in order to be saved. Y'all understand what I'm saying? A lot of times you make a transitional moves, you need to look at why you're doing them. Is it purpose because this is something he designated for a criteria for being saved, or this is something, I mean, I've been doing it long enough. At that point, I had enough of it. It's really not a good reason. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's almost like it's a mystery to obtain the Ruach HaKodesh. And it is. It's a hidden truth, and then for a reason. A person had to really have to thirst and hunger for it in order to get it. He set up this way because it's set up to where a person just can't stumble up and just get it out of nowhere. You just can't just, man, the other day I was walking down the street, man, I just got saved. It can't happen that way. It has to be intentional. It has to be intentional. It has to be directive. I mean, it's just automatic. It has to be. You can't just pop up one day, you just came saved before you knew you were saved. No, you've been working on this. You know what I'm saying? This has been a progressive move. You know what I'm saying? It's strategic. Like sitting down at a chessboard, you can checkmate the first move. It's strategic. Every move. Sometimes to get checkmate, you got to take a loss. Correct? Sometimes to really make a big move, you got to take a loss. And you ain't believe it. You ain't gonna believe it. To get it, you're gonna have to take a loss. I'm saying, because at the end, what's the goal? So it's only a loss, really, it's only a loss if you value that more than you do your salvation. Yeah, to be honest, I hadn't taken no losses, not towards salvation. know what I'm saying? But that thing you got to give up, because then you got to come back and you got to reassess. Did I really lose if I obtained salvation? You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes we got to really start looking at what we do. Shaul, he said those things that would have counted to him. He said, I count them things lost it. He said, I count lost it that, oh man, I'm in the hole and this junk, this F me up. No, I mean, that's done. That's past. I gave all this up so I can get the excellency, something that exceed what I gave up. Let me tell you something, and this is a mindset I moved into. It's just a lot of stuff you got to start looking at differently. If you don't, you ain't gonna make it. Y'all want the truth, right? You ain't gonna make it if you don't look at things differently. I'm more and more inclined to look at the fact that I took a lot of. I took a good one. I lost about $120,000 this week, but they ain't affected nothing. I'm still here. I ain't broke down crying. I ain't quitting. I ain't ever nothing to my salvation. I ain't went to what happened, Jesus, my God, none of this. I mean, at the end of the day, you just got to really start looking at things. Things happen for a reason. Don't question it when I win. Don't question it when you lose. That's being honest. I believe just as much before I lost it, when I lost it. It don't have no bearings on my salvation with him. It really doesn't. At the end of the day, you're not coming to grips of looking at, he allowed things to happen for a reason. I can't trust him for my salvation. And I want y'all to understand this. It's really impossible for me to believe him to be a savior if I really felt like he allowed me to lose. If I felt like I've lost with him, then I can't trust him for salvation. It's almost a moronic statement to say that, because I've given him the most precious thing I got. In order for that to be done, there's some things I have to be willing to go through and see, and there's some things you got to be tested on. Especially the day economy, nobody can afford to lose no money. I mean, at the end of the day, though, I can't afford to lose my soul. And a lot of times, we put a lot of value on people and on things and possessions more than we do on our salvation. That's the most precious thing I got. It's what it is. I tell y'all about me, honestly. It's really virtually impossible to stop me. It's virtually impossible. I mean, he had to do it, because this is what I do. I'm a grind. I'm a go-getter. I don't have the time you'll spend on your losses. Man, I'd be too busy. I'm too busy. I got to capitalize on what I got to do. That's just how I live my life. I just can't put a whole lot of time into. So certain things I can't put a whole lot of time in, because I got to keep looking at what I'm trying to get. And you know, to make sure we obtain the ruach and make sure we seal until you come back here, that's going to be a little more important than everything else. So I can put that out of my mouth. He said, we're going to prove it. He said, prove all things. Now that he told me to prove him. He said, prove me. It ain't fair for me to keep doing these. I'm doing these tests on you. And I said, man, I ain't taking no tests, man. You're like, hold on for a minute. Why you can't be tested? He told you that. He said, prove me. It's an offering. He said, prove me. He said, I owe my one for shaman. He's going to have room enough to receive it. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I know it might just seem like language, but until you get in a situation to where you have to trust him, you have to look to him and really look out. This is a real one. You have to map it out. You really got to map it out and look at things a lot different. I'm telling you, I was a person, I'm big on, if I catch you trying to take something from me, attempting to take something from me, or taking something from me, I'm going to handle that. I'm not going to call the police. I'm going to handle that. That's always been my philosophy. I have no reason to call them. I caught you. I'll handle that myself. But, you know, it came back to a thing that really triggered on me on the fact of, do I really trust him? Because I can't believe him for saving my soul and then believe I got to do everything. I got to fight everybody. I got to argue with everybody. I got to hate everybody. I got to, really what we said, it don't really measure up. That's an imbalance here. He saved my soul. He keep me bread when I'm hungry, water when I'm thirsty. But then I got to kill these people. You understand a man like that, you kind of move a little differently. You kind of move a little different. You realize a man say, let me get that. Give it to him. You don't literally hear it, but that's the decision he made. He took it. All you knew is you lost it. And you don't know what happened. And it ain't fair. This don't make no sense. And you don't bother nobody. You don't mess with nobody. All the people you help out. And you ain't never took nothing from nobody because now you looking at your lawsuit because of it. So nothing could pass in your mind about nothing you've done. And he looked at, okay, with your speech, that didn't change nothing. No decision I just made. So you either learn to accept it or you just stuck right there in that situation where you can't figure it out. Don't you know how many people come to religion and say, let me tell you the truth, the average person, they can't figure it out. The average person will not figure it out because it don't make sense. You have to be good. This is the whole thing. What we looking for, I'm gonna let them sign that second go. Y'all don't mind, go ahead and let it loose. I'm gonna hold y'all up there all day. And my goal was not to hold y'all in here either all day either. Go ahead, because someone's gonna be up already. Yeah. Give me a little air there. Give me a little air, please. Again, it's just a matter of really looking at how far does your trust in him goes. Really, it's how far does it go? And that's something I think that I know we need to look at. We need to examine, if you look at it, what he gave us, it's a simple writing. I think it's just for complex people, though. We're real complex people, person, individual or people as a whole, because there's a lot of things you have to kind of figure. Because every time you look at things, you're always going to look at it from whose perspective? Yours. Everybody got a different ideology when it comes down to how things should go and how we see things. And the way things should go is that everything should somewhat kind of interlock and kind of work together. And that's something that we don't actually do because everybody's so individualized, you know what I'm saying? And we forget, we all connect, and there's not an emotion, there's not a feeling that another person hadn't felt or thought they hadn't thought about. But it would seem as though you would be the only one. And that's kind of what trips us up to me in life, is the fact that we don't consider people are just like you. They're just like you. Everybody got problems, everybody got situations, everybody just deal with it differently. It's just sometimes you don't think about when you're dealing with what you're dealing with and you're looking at your end, just who cares about anybody else's problem? Because you got to deal with yourself. And the way he kind of organized and set us up as a people, as a GUI, as a nation, is that we talked about before being interdependent. Can we see interdependent, please? Dependent, yeah, definition. Appreciate it. Interdependent was an adjective of two or more people or things dependent on each. That's us. That's amazing to say it that. Cause you know what Yahushua told him? That's what he said he'll do. And so, do you know what's good about that? When you just pray by yourself. That's why I stay by myself. I do. It just, you know what I'm saying? You can get more done when it's just you. And it's just you ain't got to worry about nobody else. You ain't got nobody. It just give you the time between you and him, and you get more accomplished, and you can see him work more in your life when it's just you. Because people hold you up. How that sound what I just told y'all based on what y'all just looked at? So how effective have you been? So I'm saying, y'all know who you are, right? How effective have you been? See, and that's amazing. He told you what 2 or 3 of them, he said, I'll be in the midst. And you be by yourself. And he's working, but he's working it for you, though. When it's working, you just got to let it keep. You can't explain it, because, you know what I'm saying? Because we work in mysterious ways like that. You know what I'm saying? How it worked just for you, how you are by yourself. but everybody else, it's got to be 2 or 3 gathered. That's why it don't make sense. I mean, you're more or less set up, you know we talk about organization, but like an organism, how they work. You know what I'm saying? Everything function off of one another, you know what I'm saying? To create what we have today. And a lot of times we don't see that, how it works for us, how we all have to stay in the same mind. You think about this, your brain processes, takes things, and your body is working based off ability of your mind as well. Your mind plays a key part to killing out everything, even how long you feel like going on. If you feel like dying, you put enough in your mind will start shutting down things for you. It is, you just feel like, listen, I've been a man, I don't feel I can go no further. Once you don't put out your mouth, that came from your mind. And your mind your body had bought into it, the organ. Otherwise, things just start shutting down. They start shutting down because, I mean, they bought into that concept. Your mind plays a vital part of what you do and how you look at things. But when it's all functioning together, look at what you get out of your body, what you can do. And look at how much more we can do when we all start functioning together like we're supposed to. Everybody working at individual places, just like the organ. The liver not gonna run down there and move no toe. It's like, I'm dealing with it. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna absorb all the nutrients we can get. I'm gonna hold it. And I'm gonna use it when we got it. But I'm gonna need whoever down there toe to do their job. And we're gonna be able to get everything we need to do accomplished. So it's that important for you to realize you connect to a people. So decisions you make are critical. Just like certain things you put in your body. Y'all agree? Certain things in your body become detrimental. Poison. How many of y'all have drunk poison before? Anybody drunk poison before? You think you have? I ain't been funny. Yeah. I'm really not being funny. Who? You've drunk alcohol? Well, not on that level, but that does. I'm tired. We're tired of work. You drunk poison? Acetone? Ain't that them gloves? She said she drunk acetone. Oh, okay. That's the other one. Oh, clean the brakes wet. Let me see this. Was it purposely or how did it work out? I know it might say I'm being funny, but I want to know, how did it work out? You say you didn't drink out, you did what? She went out spinning out. Y'all know what happened? It was a decision she made with her brain. Her brain made that decision, just like ours do. It made the decision to go ahead and do it. Was it an attempt on, I want to end my life? And her brain came up with it, told her to do it. But you know how the mouth works? I ain't buying it. The mouth told her it wasn't buying it. That's why she spit it out. See, the gateway into your body, one of your major gateways, is your mouth. That's one of your line of defense before it get to your belly. You taste it, you say, what the world is this? You know what the stomach say? Listen, if you want to do something, I'm open. I'm open for whatever you want to do. I ain't gonna fight it. Not unless I have to. So if it can get past that mouth and that mouth will buy into it and do it, I try to do what I can do with it. So it's count on that mouth when it catch that taste to catch something saying, something tastes funny about this. Taste it for me and tell me you think. I know it tasted kind of funny. Both these mouths are communicating saying, it don't need to go no further than him. Get it out, get them napkin and wipe it out, get me something. It's like, I don't know what this stuff is. It's designed to work to do it because it that'll protect it. Because once something get here and it can break down here, it can dispense through my whole body. And we got organs now involved. We got a whole lot that can go on. So that mouth plays a major line of defense of, I caught it. I caught it. We spit it out. And what the mouth meant just because it runs so much, and they say, you know what? I've been hungry. It's probably nothing. Because the mouth won't be stupid. The stomach said, I'm gonna have to get rid of this. I don't know what decision, I don't know where he missed it at when he got it. He shouldn't have. He should have caught that little and should have said, no, I'm good. I'm not eating it. But I'm here to get the rest of it out of here. Because they all working together for the self-same purpose. My goal is to get it out of there before it gets dispensed somewhere else. See, just like the goal of putting the word in us now, so it can go down and get the kataim out of us before it wind up putting us somewhere else. See, all these are lines of defense. That's all these are, lines of defense. That's what I'm thinking. Lines of defense. That's all they are. Y'all got, like a quarterback. You got a quarterback and scramble and run, don't they? They still got a line. These lines before they get to you, before I have to do that. And then when they get hit, you know they're looking at, what side that runner came from? you miss your assignment. Because your God would have protected him. See, just how they work, that's the same thing your body's supposed to do. Like in here now, we got opportunity to use these eyes, these wounds. These are for your appearance, for you to help with your intelligence, and help you to decipher things, to start to make decisions. What are the best decisions to make for you? And these are things you got to look at. A lot of these things are lines of defense, and we miss it every time. For some reason, our defense is down. Y'all know that? That's it. When we went up to take down the people under, I think under Hushua, he said we're ready to go up. He said the defense is down. They looked at, they listen, you don't have a wall. What you think the purpose of having a wall when we around Jerusalem? Huh? Because we standing, no, that's our first line of defense. That's the first line of defense to keep you out. Because the goal is not to let you get in here. And that's what you got to do with that mouth. When it's opening, what comes out and what come in, he told you it ain't what go in the mouth to defile a man. What come out of it. Isn't that right? He said, they're going to come in from him. They're going to come from the inward working. It's like you vomit. Only thing going to come out your vomit, probably, how many of y'all vomited up a shoe before? Anybody? How about a high heel? How about a watch? Why y'all never did that? That's what he looked at. He said, the way it can come out, it had to go in there. It had to go in there for it to come out. To my man, where'd that come from? It was in there. So we're learning this about ourselves, and that's something I think as people, we don't, and even for me, I'm learning to unlayer myself even more. Because there are things about us that are hidden parts that we don't really consider, that you can more or less, and you say it ain't a problem, but it can become a problem when you're being tested. When he's trying to get you and he's trying to show you, and like different things happen, because it show you where you at. A lot of times you don't realize, you might, man, I lost. But if it grows me to where I have a better relationship with him, because that's important to me. And I want y'all guys to be honest, and I ask you this. Why are y'all here? You don't have to answer me literally. Be honest with yourself. Why are you here? Because you haven't heard this before. And you still hadn't done it. How serious is this for you? Let me tell you something. If you sit here and you stay here and you don't get the Ruach HaKodesh, shame on you. Shame on you. You should have never sold out for nothing less than that. I know a lot of y'all at first, I'm going to get 7, get right, and you'll be honest, you got comfortable. I wouldn't do that to you. That's a bad bill. Somebody say that bill. You tell me a relationship with us, laughing, hanging out with us, being with him, and you're going to burn. It ain't like we can just, he going to say, you know what? Since y'all like to be together, I'm just going to leave all y'all together when everybody else is going to burn everybody. You might say, okay, well, we pretty good together. But he said, no, that's not the alternative. You're going to burn. I mean, that's all because, listen, this is used as a persuasion. You're talking about a strong persuasion. Let me borrow for a second, please. I'm going to need you to, I'm going to need you to walk that way, but I'm going to need you to go that way. I'm going to go that way. Was it hard for you to get over there?
No, sir.
You had problems with persuasion?
Yes, sir.
That's how you want to be. Because if I leave it to him, he might decide he don't want to go that way, really. What's the point? So the push is there. Now, what he had to do at this point, what he can do, he can fight it. Come by for a second. Now I need you to go that way, but you don't want to go that way. Come this way. Come this way right here. No. Come this way right here. Tell him who called. My brother called. I'm saying these are steady going. Say, what happened? Now, this gonna make him better, though, ain't it? No, come by for a second. No, to go. But you don't want to go that way. Are you walking? I need you to go that way.
You persuaded me, man. You persuaded me.
Ring. Who could that possibly be? My brother called. Come on, Pastor. Man, Lee just rolling. Lee like, hey, listen, I ain't trying to fight it. Lee, I don't know what happened, Lee. So happy. All right, we're walking. I want you to go this way. You don't want to go that way. You're persistent going this way. All right. So now what he's doing now is what we do. He's fighting the wheel. What we saw, you good. That's what I'm trying to show. Basically, this is what we do. We fight the wheel. That's what we do. You don't realize. I just told him what I wanted him to do. Y'all saw that? And I even tried to use persuasion. But he was dead set on this. How many have been guilty to this? We fight the will. So now we're sitting down looking at, you can be here, but you're not actually where you need to be. You're in a place where you can get information, but you're not in a place in your setting where I'm really trying to open and submit myself totally to. Y'all got to give yourself wholly to. You talking about, can I see what holy is with the H-W-H-O-L-L-Y? I know they hear me say holy sometimes, but I assure you I'm not talking about the other one. Fully. Now, Eric was here. He's here. Eric's got his book. He's reading. He's doing that. But y'all can see when I start when I started trying to impress the will on Eric, for example, Eric resists it. Because there's a part of Eric, use hypothetically, not saying it, it's a part of Tony. Let me do that. That does not want to fully comply. This is comfortable. Everything I do is comfortable until when some things become to be more impressed upon me. So now we're trying to get to this point right here. Holy. This the holy to me, every other church, every religion. This the holy everybody needs. This ain't a holy they can fight as a Justin. Greek, English, Hebrew. No, don't. This, you know what this? I just add this ain't nothing. Nobody should. Every church, every synagogue, every Muslim, every Hindu, every Buddhist. What's wrong with holy? This holy. If you're going to submit to something, then it should be in a complete form. In order for it to be, this is when I say that. In order for it to be beneficial, the problem becomes for us. Religion had been beneficial because we haven't been holy. You hadn't completely submitted yourself. We're talking about submitting the mind. We're talking about submitting the body. We're talking about submitting the soul. You break a man down to all his three parts, all his three components. My body consists of what? Except for this. Other than this, what's my body consist of? I'm sorry, just give me some members. Don't count this. What else? Arm. I'll get it arm. Eyes, legs, toes, back, stomach, chest, all that, head. Yeah, all those connect. But I keep this for myself. Because you don't want to take a chance and put everything in the pot and you wind up losing. That become a problem. That means everything. So if I submit it all to him, then I had to start now. I got to consider the involvement. How much can I commit? You ask me to go, let's go do something or get involved in something. I got to consider how much involvement I can put in, especially since now I've already wholly dedicated to him. So the full amount, the whole entirety of myself, I committed to him. So when I committed to him, how much availability do I have for you with it? See, I don't. See, when people come and try to invite you into acts and different things, I committed my facade to him. So that means certain things, I get the conversation, the language, what's going to proceed from the mouth, what's going to come or what I'm going to let enter, get in my heart. All these things are going to be vital. It's going to be complete. It's going to be something I got to consider because I've said I've given to this holy. This is holy to him. You know what I mean? Entirely, fully. So I don't have that. I don't have that to give to John to do that because I've dedicated to this. And this is something he's going to look at as thanksworthy. Let me ask y'all that while I'm talking because I don't have to take it home. Are you really trying to get the raw Hakadan? Okay, if we trying to do that, we're going to really need to lock in and consider what's been holding us up. Holy is going to be it, okay? WHOLLY been our problem because we've kept back, like Ananias and Sapphira, we have kept back part of it. Ananias, and what happened to them? How'd that work out for them? They died. So let me ask you a question. That was a simple matter of monies. That he said that was, who money that was? That wasn't the money, that wasn't the Lord's money. Because he clearly told him that was your money. And you could have did what you wanted with it. He said, but the fact that you held back part of it, that's the part that really ignited me to get rid of you. Now, if that will buy some possession, some natural possession, where's this going to put me at the fact that Tony has been able to hide out some lust, some lingering, some covetousness? What is going to put me at? Is he going to regard me and say, well, that's different? They ain't like everybody else gave it their stuff and Ananias, right? They just kept back part of the money. They ain't the same thing like you not wholly dedicating yourself to me. You're not wholly giving me everything. You only give me what's convenient to you. Or am I in the same state that we're in? See, when we read, we try to look for sometimes exact, when a lot of times you are exact. It's just you don't see it because you see another situation. Well, that ain't me, because I pay my tithes offering. You pay what you're comfortable doing, what's convenient for you. That don't put you in no stress. If you had a situation where you in stress, you had to pay it, then you got to consider, I'm going to just have to double up next week. See, you can do that. But when you say holy, which is entirely fully, then that has to become, this got to be primary. Y'all got it? He becomes primary. If you're trying to get the Ruach HaKodesh, don't let nobody fool you. Don't worry about what nobody else doing. I'm telling you some key secrets you don't need to know. You're going to need to know how to wholly do this thing. You got to wholly commit that. Now, when it get to the inner man, there are things even with him he has to look at. You start to deal with emotion. That's not just flesh. That's emotion. Those are attached to your nefesh. So you got to be careful now. You got to have constraints even on your emotion. Yeah, your emotion got, think about how many got pissed off and did some stuff, we shouldn't have done. And that's because those emotions. And those are things, he said, I want you to direct. See, this is what he's looking at. If you love me, borrow for a second. I want to get your attention. I want you to just pay me attention. I'm going to borrow for a minute, Lee. I'm trying to get, no, just me. And you talk with him just to get him up. Yeah. So I'm trying to get you, and I want you to pay attention to what I'm trying to get you. And this is what I need you to do to try to do it. Now, is it, you can see where you're trying to block him and try to do it. This is typically what you have to look at. And this is something you have to stay solid to. A lot of us get pulled a lot of time. People pull us away from. He said, but when you dedicate that attention, now he coming with some stuff that's trying to influence him, he won't consent. And that's only because, that's good. That's only because, you heard it, if Kata'im enticed thee, why? Why? Get me out from what? From doing a great work? What kind of work? Right, you said a right work? Right, like what? I don't ask y'all to just common sense question. What work? What get me out? Why shouldn't I listen? He could have been trying to give me some advice to help me. Let's just be honest. We're talking about we are people. We don't process like that. We process like what? We got questions. We need answers. Now we got all this logic and sense because we had it. We wouldn't be having this conversation. We're having this conversation because typically we don't have it. We don't really understand the point of why shouldn't I entertain? Why shouldn't I? My flesh is saying at least listen to the man. Is it a sin in listening? Goodness, man, quit trying to judge so quick. That's how we think. Because the flesh needs to know. We one of them people, I got some point saying, don't open it. What's your mind thinking? How can I figure? He didn't say he couldn't shake it. It's something glass. We don't work like that. When you tell not to do something, the curiosity gets like that thing. Just try to look around, just keep touching, rub it, spin it around before I shake it, just move it around. It ain't really that heavy. Really, I could pick this up, so I know it. I know what it ain't. You start praying. Once you know what it ain't, what I need to know now? I need to know what it is. I know what it ain't. I need to know what it is now. And that mind has us going. And now he's telling us, listen, I want you to just completely be sold on me. I want you to let that be a word. Don't let that be a thought to you, to where it trouble you or where it gets you off from. And that's something we miss. We negated that for a long time. And our minds was like we do pretty good. But how many times, on the other hand, you wind up finding yourself digressing, that you go backwards because you will tell yourself something and you sell yourself a false illusion or something, and that's really not where you at. I ain't got no time to lie to myself. I'm being honest. It's a waste of my time. I know it's a lie. It works. It made me feel good to do it, but you know it's a lie and you're not progressing. So you had to get to some point where you get honest with yourself, start looking at what is it that he's really asking me to do? What are you really asking me to do? Because people obtained it, so it's obtainable. You said, I've done everything it takes for a man or woman to receive it. I've given you the word. He said, I've given you the word. I've given you raw. He said, out of my own law, they're going to feed you with it. This is going to be a constant, making sure you get this information to make sure you understand exactly what it is you need to do and where you need to be at. And then we do what? Once we get it and it gets in here, and get in here, some kind of way it's a communication gap. As short as the distance from the brain to the ear. Think about it. I say something, it don't take long to get to your brain, like a week, two later. They so close. They're so close to make sure think about it. He designed you. Why he just couldn't put it in your foot? Based off of how we process and do stuff, it would be more logical that it be that far away. But it's right here. The ear is right at the brain. So you can get right in, you can get it, you can start to process that. And you can start to break it down, and then you can start, like I tell you, weigh it against something. Everybody here should have a scale. You should have a scale. You should have a Ruachni scale. That when some come in and there's an opportunity to weigh it. Where you going with this? How long can you do it? And what's the end result when you get caught? That's all you gotta do is weigh it. A lot of times, people might be too slow. I need an answer now. Let me weigh it. I can't really tell you, tell me how much Bruce Lee right now. To be honest, I can shoot something out my mouth. It'd be better if I could take them there and weigh them. I could be more accurate. So everybody needs to have a scale. Your scale needs to be based off of what do you know about the word? Basically, what are the logics that he gave you when you transgress? What's the options? They all come up to the same way. It's death. This is alarm. This is forever and ever death with burning involved. So now when I start to consider the decisions he tell me not to do, and not to lust, not to covet, not to hate, not to kazab, not to do all to forgive, all these things, I got to start weighing, because when I don't do them, I got to weigh them. Because I got something getting done. I'm just not there. I'm not there. It's going to take me some time because how I am, I've been like that all my life. I don't just, you know what I'm saying? I had to take me a little while. I got to deal with it. I got to wait. If he don't do nothing else in a certain period of time, few months, then it'd be more and more, it dissipate. Then I get back to, okay, I'm good with him. He said, well, I can't use people that process that long. Because it's impossible for me to give you a ruach when that's how you operate, how you think. How many of y'all kind of like that? It take you some time, and sometimes it's something you mad, you hot to go. Well, and he said, and you know what? That's normal. That's very normal. He's trying to get abnormal people. Think about it. Everything he asks you to do, it don't fit in with everybody else. Who does that? Who does that? They're like, you a retard or something? Why would you do that? I'm not going to get nobody doing. They can burn in hell, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, and you ain't gonna believe it. That's normal. He's looking for abnormal. Abnormal gonna do things that different. That's the only way to get the difference. Because if I can hate as long as somebody else hate that don't hear the word, and I can love as long as somebody else love that don't hear the word, then what's the difference? Where does Kadash come in at? If I can hear once I calm down after I get through being pissed off, and then somebody in the world can hear when they get through getting pissed off, where's Kadash at? See what I'm saying? And that's the only thing. Cause think about it. Sometimes you can't identify people walking down the street. Oh, that person that's saved. Oh, that person not. Oh, that person. Some people, pretty much you already know people not. But you're trying to pick out saved people. Sometimes some of the people might say not saved. It might be the people that saved. So unless there's something that differentiates between us, you know what I'm saying? That's a major difference to where it's unmistakable, undeniable, and it ain't the clothes. Clothes is not unmistakable, undeniable. People wear them curtain rods and all, and they commit more kata to anybody that don't wear curtains. They ain't got no curtains, ain't even got windows. So don't use that. So there's got to be a behavior to where when we hear, that's what we do. Y'all got it? Listen, this is very critical for y'all. This is very critical. You probably won't get it no more playing them. Because we played around, we messed around a long time. Include me, I wasted a lot of time. But you don't know it. It wasn't purposely. But whether purpose or not, it's time still lost. So now we're trying to come back and do what they call with the time. What was it? Redeeming. That means get it back to value. That's what you're doing. That's all it is. You're trying to make up for a bad aspect. That's bad that I didn't know that. I appreciate he put some on the team. Redeem. I heard that to anybody ask you, tell them I'm redeemed. I didn't know that. I mean, I know redeem, okay, it's like something bad. But he said, no, you're making up for a bad aspect or something. That's bad. I didn't know that. That's bad. Not bad in a way where it's punishment to me by death. It is, but it's bad. He looked at, you should have known that. And I want to get an opportunity for the time to be redeemed, that you can come back and get that right. And I appreciate that. You know, sometimes it'd be people like, hey, I don't know if any of y'all had it. Yeah, it's like people you say, you want to see, I just want to get something right for me. If I could see them, I would like to get that right. That's what he gave us now, the opportunity to get this right now, because you won't get another chance. This will be your only chance. But in order to get it right, this is something. Let me get our basics out of the way. How about that? I know I'm just talking. Y'all just give me a little time, if you will. Listen, 15:4 Romans.
Yes, sir.
Listen.
For whatever Nikatab before.
For whatever written before.
Nikatab Talamidas.
Teach us, show us, instruct us.
So that through endurance.
Going through without quitting.
And through the nakum of the Ketubim.
And the comfort of the writings.
We might have tikva.
We got a cord, we got an attachment. Okay. What is he trying to get from us? Let's look at something. What's the word I'm thinking about? Let's see the word Godhead. It should be one word, Godhead. Let's look it up. Y'all heard that terminology used, haven't you? A great Godhead, Christian belief. They believe it's a holy trinity. This is the problem we have with them. They look at it being a holy trinity, so we definitely can't use that as a Godhead. But for us, what we found out in Yahushua, that all of the fullness of Elohim more or less dwelt in him. All the fullness of him dwelt in him. So we look at what were their understanding with Elohim? One, that he was a ruach. A spirit is something not seen. That's why when they look at the things that you look to compare it to would be the wind. You're going to use the wind because of how it moves, and it's a constant. It comes and it goes without restriction. Man doesn't control where it goes. So they more or less look at the ruach kind of being the same way. So when a person possesses the ruach, then he look at, okay, the way you operated before, you worked under a mandate. Okay, as a man, as a woman, however you work under mandates. And being under that, there's certain things, a woman, lipstick, there's different things you put as a woman, fingernail polish, right? As women. These are things that women do, correct? The fingernail polish, the perm, a lot of these things do. Now when they obtain the ruach comes and it gives a different nature. So now the things that's commonly done aren't commonly done now, because they're not common for you. You understand? They're outside of the nature of Elohim. Y'all got what I'm saying? So now we're trying to get rid of the nature. We talked about what nature is. Nature determines what to do. That's what nature does. When you find things born or things sprout on trees, fruit, pottery, that's nature. That's nature. That's how nature works. When you find something that's killed or dead, that's also nature. That's nature. That's nature's order. Nature shines and favors one. Nature takes another. It could be a baby chick. It could be anything. It could be an adult lion or whatever it might be, a cub, a cat, a dog, or a fish. That's nature. Nature determines what to do. So now when we look at the ruach also has a nature too. The nature of the ruach determines what to do. When he made Adam, he said, let him have. Nature had nothing to do with it. That was Elohim. He said, let him have it. Because I determined for him to have it. Let him have it and let him rule over it. I don't want it over. I want him to rule over it. I want everything to be subject to it. That's a nature. And now we got to get back. Even when he told us how to be, when it came into the creation of man, it was all based upon a nature that had already been established. Ox today, trees today, are bearing pari based off of their own ideology, or based off of the rule of nature that he established before. Well, he established a rule of nature for man before at the same. See, like we said, it hadn't changed. Ox still bearing fruit. Y'all ever seen a tree bear cats, or dogs, watermelon? None of them come from trees. All that time, hold on for that. Let me get this straight. People change. I could be a man from the beginning, now I can be a woman. But a tree can't bear watermelon and cats and dogs. Paper, where do not leave, cut it up if you can. But you see what I'm saying? All these different things have kept an order. Y'all got they kept an order. The only thing he find that can't keep an order is man. And for me, watching us based off self, is the fact we don't understand the nature or really understand what it was he ruled to say, this is what you have to take on in order to be, listen, we're all trying to get to a place, okay? That people are called heaven. I don't want to fight words. Heaven, whatever they want to call it, some Orion, some refer to as Orion. It's originally in King James to say Orion, which is the height, we say Shamayim, the heights expansion where he dwells. When we look at his Malkut being established, whether up or down, I want to argue that point. I want to look at the fact of, for us, this is a place that we're trying to inhabit, okay? In order to do that, we have to have some things that, let's say, similar. Like, does anybody live in apartments? Anybody? Okay. All right, those that live in an apartment, typically, do they just let you just come there and just like, if I want an apartment, I can just go there and tell them I want an apartment, they'll let me get in there? What will I have to do? Fill out an application. So if I make half of what the rent is, since I filled out the application, they'll let me move in there? What's typically a requirement? 3 times the rent. So you tell me there's some people in there
then they don't make but half of the rent, or they don't make none of the rent, and they let them get an apartment, if they catch them, they're going to put them out. Because, see, those are basic requirements that everybody has to meet in order to get an apartment. So why wouldn't there be any rules that you had to have to meet to be able to inhabit the Malkuth Elohim? Right. So those people all have something in common. Yeah. So there had to be something in common with him and with other people that's going to cohabitate Shamayim, or when he set his Malkuth up here on the rise. And what we want to do, we still want to be individual and be different and break away when there has to be some commonality with us. Y'all got it? So what he did, it put out the application, what he's asking for. That basically, you can look at the application, you can see whether or not you get. Some people, you got to make 15 times the rent. How many of y'all know walk away from that apartment, don't even look at it? Yeah, that's ridiculous. I ain't even trying it. That's why he ain't asked you to do it, because he don't want you to walk away. He's trying to occupy every room. So he made it the way everybody can do it. Everybody can do it. It's all about, now we come down to the point of choices. Like how some of us, because we typically have been failures, don't mean you failed at everything. It's just when something didn't go our way, we'll say nothing works out. Some always come up, some happen. Don't nothing ever work for me. And you know these are lies. This is what we do when we mad and we want stuff to we want everything to work out. But there has to be a balance. Since we're all interdependent and we all kind of work and play off of one another, then it's only going to be natural that John should have an opportunity too. Which means it ain't your time now. And then Kayla need an opportunity, so it ain't your time now. But see, we start to understand that everything can't be your time every time. You know what I'm saying? Just like you got certain art, like winter, you got produce that grow in the winter. Now nobody who looking for winter vegetables in the summer. Nobody. In the summer you're looking for summer fruit. In the winter you're looking for what the winter does. So winter shouldn't get its season because you want all summer fruit. See that? Because he designed it that way. Everything, he said to everything, what is it now? See that? So let me ask you a question. What time is it? See that? It's starting you to start realizing if to everything is a time and a season, what did that tell you that man understood or man needed to know about nature? It's depth of snow on the ground. Why am I here looking for watermelons? This makes no sense. But that's what I got a taste for. It's senseless. It's futile. You're not going to gain anything from it. And basically, that's how we've been serving him. When you understand that things happen by a course of time. Things happen. When it came down to Yahushua coming here, what was we were waiting on for him? Fullness of. Now, no doubt there were people that were desirous of him to come early. Of course they should have. But it don't change the fact that you still got a season. And you know what that taught us to do? To wait and patience. Yeah, patience. Going through without quitting. Because then you understand. See, that's like when you start to build a relationship with him, I'm talking about a practical relationship. We're not talking about impractical. Then you start to understand things on, it's a time for things. Like he told, it's a time to weep. It's a time, man, not me, man. It's a time. He said it's a season to all these things. As a man, it is a time. You lose something that bad. He says it's a time for that. Why wouldn't he be crying? What you crying? What ain't nothing wrong? What nothing? What's nothing? I don't know what time that is. But just basically time allots for different things. Now when he come in with the Ruach, he starts showing you how, again, now we start to learn how the nature Elohim works. Because he said now it'd be a time that a man that has a wife, what was it? He started to ignore those seasons. Those seasons don't have the control. First, I need you to learn them for how they operate. So you understand that certain things happen. You say, well, it's their season. It's season for it. So you understand, it's season. It makes sense. So now he told you now you have to wind up doing things now. You have to be instant. What was it? In season, which makes sense. And now, see, I need you first to understand how nature works. So there are things you account say, that's time somebody died, they're 159 years old, they died. You bust out crying, screaming, God, what happened this unfair? They was in the prime of their life. It was time. You look at it was time. It's not out of ordinary. It was time for things like this to happen. So now he started telling you, just like people say, well, I can't be a certain way all the time. He said, well, with the nature that I'm going to give you, you can. I need you to understand that nature. And this is what he showed you. The Torah is law, which is direction, instruction, codes of conduct. We agree? So whenever it tells you to do something, what are you supposed to do? Whatever conduct it calls for, what you supposed to do? That's what you're supposed to have. Whatever code it is, what you supposed to do? That's the code you keep. That's what you follow. So, but you ain't gonna believe it. What we do in the tour game, we broke it, we didn't keep it, and they ain't got it. So now telling you about doing something out of season, how hard is it for you? So guess what? I showed you, first of all, when I gave you nature from the Torah. I already predicated some things, and you didn't do them because you looked at it wasn't time. In the book of Kagi, they asked about building a house. He said he wanted his house built. You know what they looked? They said it wasn't time. He said, wow. He said, that's amazing. I just told you to put the house back. And they said, it's not time. That's what they told him. They said, just one time. I ain't got no problem. I'll do it. All I'm just looking, though, if we're going to do seasons, if we're going to do time, I'm just being honest, it ain't time. But then he told us, now I got to start teaching you how when I direct things, then this is the time of the nature of the ruach that you need to be obedient and compliant to. See, because now you subjected yourself to the nature of the flesh. Or what you do, what you ain't going to do, and what you do. He said, now I'm trying to get you to adjust to the nature of the ruach. See, this is something we never really looked at submitting ourselves to. It's going to be cold 50, they say like 50 in the morning. Palm, what you wearing tomorrow? You don't wear a short sleeve shirt? Huh? Why you going to wear a jacket? It's going to be 50 something. See how when he went to come and comply, he making mine, regardless of, I like short sleeve, they comfortable there. It's going to be 50 something tomorrow. I got to adjust with the time. And that's what? Normal, not abnormal. So now he's saying, when I regularly tell y'all the world finna end, how you need to be dressing? See, I ain't got no question. Nobody looking. I'm trying to think. What season is that? Is that like fall or spring? Man, I said the world gonna end. I need you to comply with that nature. Now I just told y'all. No, when I asked him about the coat, he answered right off. I said, probably 50 something tomorrow. He said, well, I'm trying to think, preacher. You count me on the loss. I don't know, 50 something tomorrow. It's a toss-up, flip. He said, I'm gonna wear a jacket because it's gonna be cool tomorrow. And that's gonna be why, because you ain't gonna want to get sick, right? So now I just told y'all the world finna end. What you need to wear? One person. I guess everybody else. I guess I said Palmer got 2 jackets. So he said his was because he didn't want to get sick. What can sickness lead to? So where they going to world end tomorrow? So I'm trying to figure out what outfit you need to put on. How you need to adorn yourself. What state you need to take on. See, these are things we hadn't really put down because it looks so far away, but yet it's so, listen, it's closer now in our time than it's ever been. Listen, death is imminent for us. Our young people, y'all lay on my heart. I know I fuss at y'all. It's because I want y'all to line up to something. I need y'all to understand this because this thing is ending fast. It's in a whole lot faster than what people think. And I don't see 50 more years of this. I can't see it. It's almost looking at 10 more years. The world can't take it. Does anybody agree? How much more can the world take? When do you feel anew? And if it's not a bombing, if it's not a train, if it's not a flood, if it's not an earthquake, if it's not a fire, if it's not a disease, what is it? If it ain't massive crime waves. It's like every time you look around, police arrested for kid, teacher arrested for kid, coach arrested for kid. You're like, what is going on? It's like everybody's mind is like, man, I'm just open for whatever. So I just told y'all the world gonna end. How you need to adorn yourself. See that? And that's gonna be based off of nature. Nature determined it. Nature determined it. He wants you to understand how nature works out here. Everything falls to the line of nature. He said, I only allow you to see this, so when I'm telling you, I am nature. I'm your nature. I need you to allow me to be able to handle and control. You think about this. When these floods and all come, y'all know it be trees still be sitting out there. And those trees will still come back and they'll still bear their fruit. He don't pick them up and take them somewhere. He don't wrap them up and put a fence around. He just set them where they endure the storm. He don't go and get all that stuff and pick it up. Those that can't make it, oh well. Yeah, the tree that can't make it, you cut them up and take them. But you know what? It's a tree. You know what they say? Man, I'm still holding on. And I'm just like one of them ox. I'm still holding on. A lot of people, when they're stuck up, but guess what? It's going to show what's going to stand. It's houses that fall because of how they were constructed. Years ago for Florida, Florida changed their whole dynamics of how you build when Andrew came through. When Hurricane Andrew came through, they saw it was the most piss poor construction that had ever been done. Those guys didn't put, they used staples. They were stapling the wall. They didn't use nails, they just stapled them. So when that thing came through, it just destroyed. They was, oh, everybody, Andrew, they showed you that neighborhood right next to it, untouched. Because they started to look at it was the poor construction. See, when everything got tested, it was needful to say, how much loss did we suffer? And when you found a neighborhood next to it, you saw it almost virtually untouched, right next to it, and you like, it's no way. It's the construction. This is what you need to ask yourself. Why you keep falling? It's because how you construct it. So you got to change your whole bill. That's the whole end. For us, I'm telling y'all, where we got to get to now, our mindset has to be, listen, if I have to live outside, my mindset has to be that I can adjust for the sake of my salvation. Let me tell you something. Say salvation. When it's the most important thing for you, then other situations aren't as fearful as they seem. It's when you're trying to encompass salvation, but I'm scared of where they're going to put me at with my kids. I'm trying to encompass salvation. I don't know how they're going to work out my job. And I lose my job. This is how I pay all my bills. It's going to play a part because the scare, it's not going to weigh out right. Because these other mitigating factors are really pressing and weighing, so I can only commit so much of myself to salvation because I still had this fear of. This is the thing, I don't want the embarrassment, I don't want the laughter, I don't want the looks, I don't want the snickling, I don't want people hissing behind my back, you know what I'm saying? So that I'll use for my reasoning, my rationale that I really can't get myself holy to this. Because this fear here has me so to where this will make me less of a man. So Adam, what was he called? What was Adam stand for? Man. Yeah, mankind, man. So when we go mankind, that's alike, basically alike. So when we look at that and say, so he lived outside, less man or more man? He still provided. I mean, none of us want to live outside. There ain't nothing I want to do. But let's just be practical. Is that the worst thing that can happen to me? A lot of times, let me tell you something. We'll put, because if people, you never tell how stuff work with you. Those people who get out there, don't you know their body start to adjust to that weather? Their body not as sensitive to the cold as ours are, because this is what, or the heat. Because now your body realize, this is like people who went to Iraq. You first went to Iraq, what it felt like? What you like, man, it's all right here. Too hot. Did it feel like that the whole time? Because you know your body adjusted though. It's still hot. You know, you start to adjust too. And that's what we do. He's just show you can adjust to anything. But you know, except for we don't adjust to him. We'll make an adjustment for other people. You spend the night, and I'll make an adjustment. You know what I'm saying? You can have a pillow. Instead I sleep too, I'll adjust. Whatever I gotta do. He said he lets you show us, he shows us how we make provision for other things. He said, but when I come, how you don't have no room? Because we so preoccupied, so embottled into so many things. He look at it, you really don't have room. Because he come in, you know what he want to do? He said, I want to fill the house. But when you got something you don't want to move, because you done had it for you don't know how long. And think about it, how would y'all be, how many of y'all would let me come to your house? How many of y'all let me come? So I walk in your house, I just start like, you might have I don't know what you might have right there in front. Anybody got a thing right there in the vestibule? What you got right there? A who? I hate mirrors. I hate them with all my heart. I'm taking that mirror straight down when I come. Do you like that mirror? Is that gonna be a problem? And he's right. Because I'm just coming, he's right. Anybody else, what you got in the front? Anybody got a thing? You first walk in. What you got? What you got? A who? A fake plant. I hate plants. Fake ones, I hate them more than I hate real ones. I can't stand them. So that's definitely, I'm throwing that in the trash. Do you like that plant? Is that gonna be a problem? She said, it's gonna be a problem. Anybody else? What you got? A who? A small glass table with glass? I definitely hate that. That's going in the trash. I probably break that as soon as I walk in because I really hate that. That glass, that's gone. As soon as I walk in, all that's gone. Do you like that table? I hate it. That gonna be a problem? Yeah. What you got, Justin? A nice area rug on the wall. The man's saying I got a nice on the wall. This not wall, this floor. All right, first walking around. So I hate area rug. So I take the area rug and throw it away. That gonna be a problem. It must be something his wife like he been trying to get rid of. He had a problem. But typically, you know what I'm saying? You think these are one little items. But you think as I'm going through your house, I'm taking out everything you like. How many of y'all got stuff in your house you like? I hate all that. All that. I hate all that. And that's gonna put you at the end. You'll be thinking, hold on for a minute. How you just walk in here and do that? That's what Yahuwah does. Because those things we like are things we're gonna value. Those things we value, we want untouched, unmoved. We want them where they are. But in order to get you where you gotta get and where you need to be, I'm gonna need to move them. That's the only way to find out where you at. That's the only way. Man, let me tell you something. Money was a major thing that I drove to do. Matter of fact, selling drugs is what I did. I was like, I didn't want to be broke. I don't want to do it. I ain't like it. I ain't gonna do it. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna be hand and mouth to nobody. I sell drugs. I just want to do it. That was something I want to do. Because I looked at, I wanted a certain respect. I want to do a certain thing. I want to be a certain place. I want to have a certain thing. I want to have a certain life. And then you realize it really ain't what you think. You create a life that you realize now is the worst life you could have ever created for yourself. Because it don't really have no peace. Everything is just fictional. It looks like it is. It's fictional. Because you know what your real life really gonna look like. It's just a matter of time before it wind up catching you and wind up taking everything from you that you feel like you worked for and you built up. It's so temperate. The money go like this. Nobody. That's one of them said, tell me where the money went. They can't tell you. You just move stuff, just moving so many parts. And you just study moving and going. You're not keeping up. No, you just going and you just living and doing stuff. And you got your life and risking it for nothing. Some you can't even find, you can't even keep. Everyone will get caught so dumb they get everything taken. Not one of them got a brain. You don't have a real brain. You feel like you have a brain. If you had a brain, you'll be doing something constructive. But you're looking for a way out, and people typically do, okay? I don't want to create, because we all looking for some way to get by, to get to a certain place where we can get a certain comfort, where we can say, I just don't want to have to worry about nothing. Anybody thought about that? That's what I want. Anybody thought like that? How many of y'all say, I just want to live, won't have to worry about nothing? Yeah, that's called over your means. That's a cute way of saying you want to live over your means. Let me ask you, who already have? I'm gonna ask y'all, be honest, how much money it take for you where you don't have to worry about nothing? Just live with you don't have to worry about nothing. About 150. Who else? Is that a one time or that's a year or that a year? One man need $150,000 a year. So he don't have to worry about nothing. Now let me ask you a question. Are you living right now? Are you sure you're not dead? You got 150,000 now. And listen to what he said. I'm using him for example. Guess why he need that? So he can live. And he don't have to worry about it. Y'all, you know what's cat? Don't get me wrong. I know what he's saying because we do. You want that cup, but he's already living. That you are us. Because y'all don't want to know my number. You don't want to know my number. I'm talking about, and listen, that's just so I can just live. Those are, let me tell you, that's why I said those words are just easy way of saying, I need a whole bunch. Because when you get it, you're going to say, hold on. I got to pay tithes. Y'all know the first, now you got to figure, hold on, I got to come back now. Then when I get that now, I still got to pay tithes. Now, this the part now. I ain't going to just need the tithe money. Come and think about it. I'm going to be having the tithe later on too, though. I don't want to be no one-time tithe. So now the number, even like, hold on for a minute. We started 150. Now you're saying tithe. So all I had to do is give you 15, give you 10 more % on that. But then we want to pay tithes, other stuff on pay. I ain't really going to be paying like that, but I just need to get the money number up. So before you know it, you create I need so much when you don't really look at it. We living. I know we can say, I don't like living like this. Let me tell you the key to living how we live. The key to living where you at, it keeps where you keep a relationship. Let me tell you what happened. When you get that false security, just using what he had. I know other people had. Now, what were some of the other numbers? Somebody give them to him. What's your number, Jessica? 85,000 a year. What you saying, girl? Tax free. She said, man, you don't put that in there, you're done now. She said, now when the tax comes, y'all know we're going to cut the monkey food. He said, you didn't mention taxes. Now she did say taxes. Okay, who else we have? What you got, Chris? Pay period? No, that's one time 150 million. And you got to pay tithes. Hold on, Chris, 150 million. I told me in tithe, he done said, oh, hold on, I ain't think about it. Can you still make it after you pay tithe? It's going to be tight. Nigga, let me ask you a question. Do you make 150 million now? Do you make 100 million? Do you make 10 million? Do you make $1 million? He working on it. Do you make 500,000? So, and what he's saying, I know some here, but at the same, I'm with him on what we're saying. But you see, when you start coming out, look at how long the gap is. Let me tell you what happened with that. If he had $150 million, he wouldn't be here. Let me tell you something. When you get things have to be managed. People don't realize why things like it's like. I remember I was talking about I want a dog. I want that dog to die. As soon as I had to realize, I was like, man, this dog need to go back. I didn't want nothing. Cause he said, you got to feed it. I'm 4 years old. I'm stupid. You don't talk no 4. I like feed this this a one-time deal, right? I'm not all the time. You know what I'm saying? That dog live way long. He supposed to live. But anyway, I don't care for dog for that because they live. Some of the ones you don't want, they live too long. Love them, they die quick. So anyway, it just drained. It took so much. I realized I wasn't trying to commit like that. I really was not trying to commit. I thought this thing of like do some dog stuff and start away dumb thing now to go get that. I'm like, hold on for a minute. This thing got to be trained. This stuff ain't really on TV. Lassie messed up a lot of folks. Lassie go to new family and know how to go ball, get help, and come back. Well, you said another little white kid trapped, and I need to call the police and go with you right now. You like, I need that dog. When y'all see the Blue Bunny had to go out there and feed Lassie? Lassie went to the store, got her own food, come home. That's the dog I wanted. But unfortunately, when I had, it needed too much care. So now you start looking at when you commit to things, how much does it actually take in order to keep it? Just like natural possession. How many of y'all like a new house? Want a new house? Bigger house? Good. And that's going to be what? Less furnishing? More furniture. So now we get more furniture, that's going to be more of an expense. And that's going to be furnishing that's going to be equivalent, or that's going to be probably get rid of everything I need to, since it's new, I need to go all the way new. Like, because now we Bible. Old things have, all things are, that's in the Bible. I read that. So you see, now we start looking at now all things become new, but we don't look at us becoming new. So now you look at now, because we got, remember nature, the whole purpose of showing him nature, how nature illustrate how nature works, was so now I can start to show you when I allow nature to dissipate, when I take all this fall away, now all things become new. So now you got to look at all these things become things that become from me. See, before, when we were in the flesh, we worked the will of the flesh. We rationalized everything according to the flesh. Now we're trying to learn how to encompass everything and have a mental intellect that's equivalent to a state where it's more Elohim-like. Y'all got it? These are things like they put the bracelet, what would Jesus do? These are things we have to consider now because we got to look at your estate and because we're taking on a different nature. So now we got to start looking at what would he do in this estate? If he was in my place today in the situation, right, what would be the most, not when you use that, you try to look at what decision should be made that still keeps me in a relationship. Can we look at what a relationship is? I'm sorry I ain't using a whole lot of book today. Y'all getting this down? I really wanted, I can't stress, I really wanted to get this right. Cause we done killed a lot of time. And we die and you don't get this right. Everything we did is in vain. please, y'all, I'm not trying to say y'all no lie. I'm not up here just trying to talk, hammer no book at nobody. I'm really trying to talk to everybody where it is as plain as possible. You really get this. Because if you die and you don't get it, shame on you. You listen, everything you did was in vain. Who gave up everything to come here to lose? Who does that? Who does that? You came because you were looking at, listen, I don't want to lose. I want to get this right. I don't want to die. I don't want to burn. I don't want to suffer. And now you get here and everything you said, it become a lie. Because you're not staying studious about making sure you obtain the Ruach HaKodesh. That's the only reason. That's all they got. So I only came here for one thing, right? No sister, no brother, no, man, you can put out your mouth, but let's look at your actions. Let's look at what are you really looking at? You can get somebody, I feel good. So did James Brown, he did. I don't want to just feel good for no temporary time. Listen, when things aren't going my way, I still feel good about my relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? When I lost that, I ain't looking at, I'm gonna burn this shit. Man, when he give me and I don't question him on that. Holler, this mean I ain't gonna be saved. This, it's almost an insult. Why you don't question me when you wake up in the morning? Why you don't question me and say, you ain't gonna be saved if you woke up this morning? When you can walk, I'm gonna burn this shit. What I'm doing walking. When things are working, you're good. And sometimes you have to let things happen so you can learn to appreciate. I'm learning how to appreciate things. And sometimes he moved things that you show you really didn't appreciate. And it don't have to be kata because he removed something. Because listen, I don't need nobody to define my relationship with me. It's nobody I need to call. It's nobody I need to talk to. It's no video I need to go watch to define for me my relationship with him, to make sure I have a relationship with him. This is something I work to on a constant. So these are things that I'm telling you I've done and how I evolved to look at. I can look and see where it takes time. It's not something that happened overnight. Like, okay, you got to just stop trusting everything and trust him. No, don't do that. You're going to make a mess. You got to understand the concepts. You got to understand it makes sense for him to do everything he does, to allow you to see things in its entirety and people and watch all the different relationships and watch the different languages. And you know what you find with everybody? We all the same. We all the same. Don't let the color fool you. We all the same. Man just got himself in the way. And he can't look past, because we typically operate on just what we do. Your 5 senses. What you can smell, what you can touch, and what you can see, and what you can taste, and what you can hear. And sometimes those things can deceive you. Because it all depends on your heart. It all depends on your heart saying your intent when you do stuff. It all depends on it. So if your heart ain't set in the right place, your inner working part and concerned about your relationship, then you'll do anything. There's no restrictions for you. But because now I have to I got to weigh every decision. I got to weigh it and attach to my soul. That make a difference for me. Look at this relationship. How about that? Y'all already saw it, so I'm learning with y'all, huh? The way in which 2 or more concepts, objects, or people or the state of being relationship, that's us. That's us. Y'all hear that? That's us. Let's look at something right quick. 15th chapter, book of Romans. I'm trying to get here and get y'all finished. Y'all all right? Yes, sir. Yeah, we on that. Because y'all know what I want. This move hard, we're going to make some changes. You who are with how you see fit. Let's just go with this one. We took a few days break. I just want everybody to relax and just take it easy. Because I know when we get back in here, it's time to go to work. It's time to dig. I want you to relax and realize he ain't intending for us to just beat ourselves up, just beat you. The book beat you and see how much you can stress yourself out. We all got enough stress that we're dealing with. I want you to understand, all of him does kill. Yeah, it'll seem like it. I've been there. I know. It'll seem like he don't care. It just seems like, man, something ought to work out for you. Goodness. Well, some work out. Just some. You ain't asking for everything. Just one time, some work out. But then we don't consider he works out a lot more than that one time we think. It's just you don't consider it. Had you woke up that morning, you had to go down to that hospital and they had to roll back that sheet and let you identify when you're close to family member in your home, you'd have saw how he been working it out. If that had been you under that sheet, you'll see how he been working it out. It's just sometimes we look at things because of material And that's what we want to look at, material. That's how we define people. People that are great, whether they usually broke, nobody, folk don't know, rich, famous. They do stuff, they recognize. So we basically look at putting ourselves on that type of plateau. We want to be rich. We want to be recognized. We want to be respected. We want to be loved. Who don't want to be loved? Somebody tell them want to be loved, give them a hug. Quit lying. You know, good way you. That's crazy. That's crazy. You done bought into a bad ideology. Everybody want love. Who don't want care? Human contact is important. We talk. Why y'all think we want to like? Let me borrow for a second. Like, what's up, man? Yeah, human contact. We deal with human. You'll watch R&L, you'll watch it. They'll walk. They'll rub each other. They'll rub and they'll lay on each other. Because you desire the contact of a human being. Don't get making no fool of you. You're a human. You ain't no doing tree. You're a human. Isn't that right? You're a human. Human contact is important for us. Conversation is important for us. It keeps us rational. You leave a person to himself, listen to his ideas. He said, it's just plain stupid. Because they've been bouncing them off themselves. But I got some good ideas. You're like, who you were talking to? Oh, nobody. You said, I know. I said, couldn't nobody been talking to you? That's stupid. You were talking to somebody else and said, they said, what you say? Man, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? You need to bounce opinions off. To make sure they're logical, are they practical? Just like salvation. Salvation is practical, but it has to be given in a way where a person, it's not practical the way you heard it. It's not practical. You're going to just fly away. That's practical. When you flown before? Except at the airport. When you flown before? So it's like, don't you want to fly away? Don't you want to fly away? You think, yeah, they like, nigga, when you done flown? What did y'all ain't been on an airplane? Let alone talking about flying away to meet somebody in the air. So people tell you stuff that's quick, it'll hit you, it energize you and spark you to put money in basket, but it's not practical when you really sat down and realized after the juice is out of it. I want to talk to you without juice in it. Where we can talk practical enough, easy enough, where it can be understood, and you can do this. Okay, relationship. So we saw what relationship, let me see what relationship again, before we go down. That's 15 and 1, you ukanon. But the way in which two or more concepts, objects, or persons are connected, or the state of being connected. 15 and 1. They call it John. Some call it St. John. Listen. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. They ain't got it. Tomorrow, I ain't smoking, gonna get a check. It's 15 and 1. Listen.
I am the Amat vine.
You understand? I am the Amat vine.
And Abi.
Hold on a second, vine. What word here for that? Right here, the Giffen. Let's see what it is.
Hakafine.
Well, the ha is for the. Gipfun. Well, they put an E, it's probably an A, but they're saying they make a probably E sound. Well, they're doing the G and they're probably the Nakud, they're saying the E sound. Let me see what it is. Then we'll look up what a vine is. You need some water, Aim? Do you need some? All right. Still got to check. You can thank Austin for that. I know what a vine is. I'm gonna see how they're using it. What's because this is what we have to look at, okay? For me, and we're walking through this together because I want us to get it, okay? He just told them that I am the true vine. A couple of things I want to look at based off that statement. I would definitely want to know what was their idea of what was his statement. Because somebody say something like, if I say, hey man, you're a faggot. What you thinking? He's saying I'm a gentleman. You thinking that just said I'm gay. I'm thinking in my mind, I'm gonna knock him out. But why did he say? See what I'm saying? What's gonna come to your mind? I'm gonna knock your teeth out of his mouth. But why did he say I was a faggot? And that's pretty much how we're gonna do it. So let's look at his statement and let's examine it for what he said. Got it? That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Giffen is how you pronounce it. So this is Seagull, the 3 dots. They're saying that this is the gun. No, I'm sorry, not the gun. This is the gamal. The gamal here is a foot. So typically used in walking. So what they did, they put the dot in the middle. The cool in our writings, I told you what Naku actually means. It means breadcrumbs. It means crumbs. That's why you see these right here, these marks. These are crumbs. They use these crumbs to let you kind of identify how they came up with the enunciation, with using the Nakud, the vowel point. So what they said when you put the dot here in the Gamal, they're saying just use the G sound, the G sound of Gamal. And here, when you pronunciate it, it's not going to be like the GA sound. It's going to be like a GE sound. That's what this was, Seagal. So when Seagal come over here, this is the pa, which is the mouth, the opening of the mouth. The pa. So when you use the pa, they're saying here again, Seagal. So it's making an E sound when you do this, when you actually put this in here. Y'all got it? So then this is the phonics of how they're saying you pronounce it. Gifan. A vine is 20, especially 20, especially the grape. Okay. Root meaning. To bend. Okay, they're just saying it's an unused root meaning to bend. It's basically what they're saying, vine or tree. It's what they use, or the two words they typically use when they usually render vine and tree. It can actually go over here, to bend. Okay. Let's go look at what it said in English. What is a vine? Please. Relationship will be important too to us. The climbing or trailing woody, steamed plant of the grape family. Okay. Beside vines over there. Well, you can steam it too, so nobody end up putting it on water. How y'all think they make wine? Still say. If they didn't want to put the other A up there, that's on them. I don't have nothing to do with these people. That's them, they want to misspell it. I don't know what school they went to. So let's go back to what we got. Okay. I am the true vine. What's that, twining? My Abba is the vine dresser. So let's see what a vine dresser is. Part of the person is going to come along and pick them. What's that? We forgot an S. A vine dresser, a person who prunes, trains, and cultivates vines. That makes sense, don't it?
Yes, sir.
That's what he said his father does. I mean, how many of y'all heard it before? He said, my father is the, he said, he don't even say vine dresser, he just said my father's the husbandman. But I mean, we know that somebody plant, but here he's telling us about the vine dresser was a little different. He's the vine dresser or the pruner of. All right, let's go back. I'm sorry. The person who prunes, trains, and cultivates vines. Let's see what he tells us. So his father's the vine dresser.
He shall remove every branch in me that does not produce pari.
Yeah.
But whatever produces pari, he shall purify to make its pari abundant.
I think on that one they would say prune. Because basically when you look at purify would make sense. Because purify is just when you're getting rid of any other additives or any other, any other outside, what did you say? But basically kind of taking away any imperfections or something. So when you look at the vine dresser, when he's pruning, he's cutting away what? Dead limb, dead leaves. Because he look like when you get them dead leaves, eventually they start to trickle down that branch, so you start to cut it away. So when he look at that, for him, he look at that's a form of purifying. Right. Because you're getting rid of other contaminants that could lead unto an effect. So now what we find out, because it does not fit in the relationship. See, what he's trying to get is just like the husband and a farmer does. He's trying to get the pari, the fruit. So in order for him to get the pari, the fruit, he has to remove certain things. My dad was real good with planting. I remember he had one in a cup. My cousin won it at a fair. She brought it home in a cup. My dad grabbed that thing, went all the way around the house, and grew up out of another plant. He was outside. He could break it off, stick it anywhere, and make it grow. He had that. He was a type of person, but he would spend a lot of time going on different leaves, and it started getting brown. He would cut them brown pieces off a leaf, like when it get on the leaf, he would just start breaking them off. He wouldn't let them, because eventually once it start getting brown, it'll just overtake the whole little leaf. Then he knows it's gonna go to the vine, so he would start breaking things off. He constantly kept cultivating it so it grew and went around the wall, and went around the whole wall in the house. People, he would break them out. He would give people, he would break it off, get it, put it outside. He could do that. But he constantly made sure he maintained it. So what we're looking at for him, so in order for him to get this pari that he desired, it's constant maintaining. Just like coming here 3 times a week. Because in order to get that kind of pari, it's got to be maintained. So when we come in here, what we're looking at is purifying. That purifying gonna go with doing what? We're gonna get rid of some things like I use, like going into your house, getting that mirror that Ryan said he really liked, getting that plant that she said she really liked, getting that coffee table that Tamika said she really liked, because those are things just using in the instant, they like them. So if something happened to them, that's gonna be an offense to them. That offense can come down, it can play a part on their salvation. So looking at it from his perspective, it's gonna make sense to get rid of it, because this gonna be a distraction. Somebody come over there, a little kid and walked in for a minute and then knocked it off, they gonna feel a certain type of way and they can play on their salvation. Well, you know what? Caleb knew before he brought them kids, he knew I had that mirror up there. I knew I had been watching Caleb. I've been watching. And when some said in my spirit, I don't be wrong. And when that mirror got broke, that really more or less, it answered all my suspicions to tell me he had been eyeing that mirror. Now I done went somewhere else, I'm holding some, and I'm going somewhere totally off the reservation, and ain't nowhere in the plan of salvation. And now that thing that came in, I'm sitting down here, I'm gonna burn later on, and that thing could have just been out of my life. It could have prevented that for me. So now you got to ask yourself, a lot of things we got, where did it put you at with people in relationships when it come down to him? Because that's what the Abba looking at. Now, if it ain't producing no fruit, what do you do with that? He said, I got to get rid of it. Because of relationship, it's not working for me. Why? He's looking at this. Why am I going to keep it? It ain't working. Okay, now that's yourself. So what? So since you understand, what's the motivation of keeping you? The man just told you about purifying and removing. Where are you at on this? Are you in purification state, or are you in the state of you about to be removed? Because come on now, I want you to be honest with yourself now. Y'all can help me. Y'all can read Benjamin. Ra Smith, he shall which is rather, just like whatever is written before. So, Tamika, I'm coming over, bust that tape and get it out. It's gonna make you better. That plant, throw it in the trash. Your mirror. No, this is just hypothetical. Please don't go through it to my, please, I'm purified. I said, oh goodness. Y'all went, whoop, we gotta clean this up. Y'all better go back in that trash and get that stuff. No. But where I'm trying to go to, and I just use those things, I appreciate them, in which we all have things. Not, and people might think, no, we all got things that can't be touched, we don't want bother, and these are red lines. You know what I'm saying? These are lines in the sand for us. And he know he needs you to do, he don't need you to get rid of that line. Because it's all about making sure you can still stay compliant while you got stuff. See, a lot of us compliant because they ain't got nothing, I'm trying to get something. Well, so when you get something, let's see how you operate. Like we said, you know what? I could do a whole lot better if I had a bigger house. If you can't do better in that house, what is a bigger house gonna do? But how many times we done bought in that? If I had a new car, I'd treat that one better. How you treat the one you got? So you're trying to sell the wrong person. I'll tell you, I hear it all the time. I know people say, if I had a new, how you know the one you got? Well, that one raggedy, that one, I still gave it to you. If you ain't keeping that one, I mean, what do you want from me? Because now your whole life gonna be based on, as long as I give you new stuff. When I give it to you, ain't you responsible to do something? Just like when he gave the man a talent, what do he want the man to do? He want the man to wait on him so he can, he said, if you want more, then you're gonna take what I give you. And you have to work that to get that. Just like he showed you what he did. Because this is the nature of Elohim. He said, I came into nothing, and look what I worked it into. How you gonna get all this stuff he's gonna give you? I'm gonna give you something. I need you to work it into something. But we don't want to do that. But you want the reward of, you want the benefits of, but you don't want none of the behavior of. He said, it's a behavior. He has a behavior. And the reason why he's been so successful in what he's done, because he's managed to hold himself to a certain rule of standards. You want some money? I'm giving you $10 million. I just told a flat lie. I'm glad I'm like Elohim, he know I'm telling a lie. That man said, you're not like me. He said, I'd have never done that. He said, I hold a rule of standard. He said, man, I can't lie. If I told him he gonna get $10 million, that's what you getting. Why you think he told you to let your yay be yay and your nay be nay? Well, that's amazing, because he tell how many lies? He told you I don't be lying. So everything he told you to do is because he said that's my nature. And you ain't gonna believe what they put us at. They put us in a relationship where two or three things connect. Two or more things connect. That's how we click. Because he said, I don't be lying. If I say I'm gonna do something, that's what he said too, to so say and do. Well, he said, let that be all over. And it's supposed to be coming soon. You ain't gonna believe it. He said, when you say something, do it. Y'all got it? Because this creates the relationship. It ain't making sense to any of y'all. We say and underfulfill. Hold on for a minute. You tripping. You took that you thought for real? Wow, that's tight. He said, because now we got to look at the point. He said, I got to remove you because you're not producing anything with this. See, this, I really want to understand who you're trying to be like and why you're missing the mark. Because this man said, everything he said I'm going to do, that's what I do. I hold myself to a rule of standards. I won't break these standards. I'm not going back for these standards. And I tell a man or woman, in order to be like me, you're going to have to hold to these rules and standards. And everything he give you to are practical. You don't want to lie. Don't say something you ain't going to do. I have a problem telling lies. So what is right? Why you like saying stuff you ain't going to do? You can't do it. Don't do it. I said, no. I feel bad. At least lied to me. Well, that's what you wanted, but I ain't gonna be the one to do it to. He said that's not what he said he does. So in order for me to be like him and to have the manifestation, the showing of him, then people say, you know what? He all that, man, you can't tell lies, you can't drink, can't go out and hold my, man, what can you do? I can do a whole lot of things. I just can't do that. Like Elohim. So he can't do nothing because he can't lie, drink, and steal, but he created a whole world. Right. Like, man, we ain't gonna be able to do nothing. So how this got him? That's right. Because you try to minimize his way and maximize the wrong way. He's at maximum capacity. Look at this man. This man has done leaps and bounds over on things. And there's more you can do once you start realizing you're only holding to those rules based upon and the fact of this entails your salvation. New ark. What would that thing here to be? The top of the ark. Well, the top is going to be the box that they put in, top of the ark. The ark. So that ark, what was that for, that ark? That was for the saving of his soul. He was going to die. He was going to die. That would have been predicated on. Pastor, I ain't never built one before. You going to die. I know how to build one. Right. It just came to me. I can build it. I can build it. He had to build it. It was for the saving his soul. Don't you know what happens to us and what you don't realize? See, this is the problem with me, you, them. You don't consider everything he told you to do. This for your soul. I'm going to kill you. Y'all need to know whenever he tell you something, I'm going to kill you. That's the, when he told you, if I hypothesize, said, Bruce, go and get me some water. And he might think, I'm going to go get around. I want you to go get on the fact, I'm going to kill you if you don't get it. So you know how you going to move. It's urgent. John not gonna start. Hey, let's talk about it. You remember when we went to the round, I asked you about something. When he think about, I'm gonna kill him, John better shut him guy and wait for you to knock him on that ground. And you know how we do? Let's be honest. We gonna have a conversation with John. Oh goodness, man! I was supposed to be doing what preaching. It's dangerous with him. It's dangerous that you forgot to do something he told you to do. I want us to understand where we at. Every time he tell you to do something, this is how I need to put it. He's going to kill you. We didn't know he told Mushai he was going to kill him until he came down to kill him. And you know what he did? He got distracted. And he said, I was coming to kill you. Everything he told him, it was predicated on killing. You know why we don't do what we do? Think about it. What's going to happen? You ain't never died before. Because you didn't have the understanding. So now you move into the understand. So now the penalty gets a little more severe for you. See, we dealt with Elohim that dealt with us in our ignorance. What's the purpose of coming teaching us? So you understand the violation. It's just like sometimes a person go to court. You know, they'll ask you, do you understand these charges? Why do you think they have to tell you that? First of all, I got to see where your comprehensive skill at. To let you know you have a right. You don't probably know this. You don't have to say nothing. You got a right to have somebody represent you. And it ain't based off your money, because if you can't afford it, one will be appointed for you. How you think we got Yahushua? We couldn't afford it. Man, that's a murder case. We couldn't afford that mess. What you doing? They may have to appoint somebody. And they ask you, do you understand these rights as I've explained them to you? Because no, we got to get somebody to interpret. We got to get somebody to come and make sure the person understands. That's why I come in at. He said, make sure they understand the charges that face them. He said, these people going to court. Don't y'all know sometimes judges will hold cases out called people too incompetent to stand?
Right.
You ain't going to believe why that man waiting to come back home. Man, we too stupid. We incompetent. The case it'll be a kangaroo court.
Right.
Man, you got a room full of stupid folks here starting like, what? It's like, you finna send these people? These people don't have a comprehension of what's going on. He said, so I gotta make sure they taught them.
Right.
I make sure they taught. So now you got no excuses. You can't escape it. So otherwise, how can we escape? If we neglect what?
So great salvation.
Y'all said salvation? What made y'all put great on it?
Undeserved.
At that point, it became an adjective, isn't it right? Now you increased the value. Now it ain't just a salvation. You said a great salvation. What made you say great? Huh? We don't deserve it? Because we look at the magnitude of how large it is, the amount based off of what we've done, how much it overshadows what we've done. He said, so you recognize that because you said it was great. I didn't hear nobody say we neglect salvation. I heard y'all say great. What made y'all say great? Huh? It's pressure? He said it's pressure? Christmas? Oh, precious. Okay. Exactly. So you understand it. So why would you treat it like that? Like he told you, man, he said, who y'all, how many of y'all grew up with seeing pigs or had pigs? Went seen or had them? Who had them? Y'all used to go put pearls on them? He said, I wouldn't do that either. He said, I would never decorate these people. He said, I wouldn't do it. He said, you know what he said they'll do if you gave it to him then? He said, I'll run it through the mud. How many of y'all disagree with that? How many of y'all know some pig that will put their pearl necklace on, they'll go sit down somewhere?
No, sir.
You ain't gonna believe it. He said, I would never give these people the Ruach HaKodesh. I'm talking about not just him, because you're looking at, because you don't understand the value of it. What you gonna do with that pig when you catch that pig run around that mud gel with that pearl necklace?
Gonna kill it.
Do what? You say you'll kill it. Well, he said, I agree. You'll kill it out of anger, but then if you look at it, you have to fault yourself. See, now Jeff ain't smarter than Yahuwah, and I ain't either. You're exactly right. He had to fault himself. Hey, look at that. I gave that to a pig. What was I expecting the pig to do? You want to know why you ain't obtained it yet? What's your state? What's your estate? How many of y'all get something Kodesh, something special, and give it to a dog? Would you? Anybody here know about dogs? What that dog will do with it? You get some this Kodesh and you get it to a dog. What the dog will do with it? That dog gonna lock down right there, so I guarantee somebody's gonna touch it. What are they gonna do? And who you gonna blame? The dog? So you see why he ain't gonna give it to you and then come back and do that? He said, I gotta fault myself, not unless I teach him. That's just like a dog. When you whoop a dog and they use the bathroom in the house, it's because I train you to go outside or to hold it. You can't whoop them when you know they don't know any better. You can whoop them, but how much understanding gonna get to it? They're gonna associate the whooping with what they did? No, they're gonna associate you can't hum you with piss, you just start beating them. Like you do when Elohim punishes you. I ain't even do nothing. I don't even be doing nothing. See the relationship? So when he told you about the dogs and the pig, he was telling us about us. Please, I want it now. He said, I wouldn't give it to a pig. I wouldn't catch it before no dog either. I know what they'll do with it. So now, he said, what I do though, I will give the people that train that understand my position, that I'm a pruner, that I know how to dress, and I address different things. I know how to cultivate. So it's certain things, just like in Yahoo, it told you to break up your fallow ground. That's your untilled ground. Anybody know why? Huh? That's no way to do it. How you gonna plant? So you're gonna break it up. So think about why things come in our relationships break up, things happen. Why? I'm trying to break up your untilled ground. Those are areas untouched by us. If you tilling the ground, you ain't tilling the ground been tilled. You tilling the ground ain't been tilled. I need to break it up in order to put something in it. So why is certain things happening? I mean, I had a split. Me and my wife separated. We had a, what we'll call it, a breakup. Maybe so he can go and he can plant. See, a lot of things happen in our life. When we don't understand the course of nature, how things work, then we don't have something to parallel our own lives against. Other than, man, I'm used to it, man. There's always something. How many got that logic? Anybody got that logic? There's always something. Versus, I need to understand the nature of Elohim, understand the purpose of Elohim, so when things happen, I know how to put things in a perspective. You know what I'm saying? Not being able to put them in perspective kind of leave me just open to interpretation. And you ain't gonna believe when it come down to the writer. Just came up. Huh? But this just came to me. It's private. He said, I don't allow people to do private. It's not private. It's public. It's got to be open. Just like you do business, certain things they don't charge for because it's in the private sector. When you do public, there's a difference. He said, start the private sector. I need you to come public. So I need to be known among unashamed. It can't just be there. When it's just to you, then what do we got to test again? Listen, the Lord gave me a word. He said, that's private, huh? Public. He wanted public. If a man if he could speak in an unknown tongue, he told me, he said, you can do that? Yeah, you can do it. Yeah. He said, do that to yourself.
Private, that's right.
He said, unless you can interpret.
That's right.
Because the other people standing by need to know. Now, how that work? You having a conversation with Elohim, you and him, he said, there's some more folks around. He said, tell them what we said. They said, I don't know how to say it in English. He said, then you need to just shut up talking to me. Don't do it in front of them, because all they're going to do is cause confusion, because nobody know what you're saying. See, that's the type of Elohim we serve. And you know what it does? It gets us where you can check something. Let me tell you what they do. I'm in class, teacher say, all right, everybody, you pass your paper, let somebody grade. Y'all remember that? Then I had the teacher say, you're going to check your own. Now, this is what you learn how to do. I just wait to do my answer then. Since I know what you're going to do, that way I'm going to be wrong. What's number one? Don't write it. Get through all my right. They're all right. And then you go, if you do right, you got erase it, play it off, easy erase it, and just write that right answer on there. Or you get your friend, somebody like, I do you, you do me. See that? That's why he said, I'm going to need to check everybody. And I'm going to need to grade it. I'm sorry if I tell y'all. I really, really, truly want us to get this. I don't want you to look at the Ruach HaKodesh as unobtainable. It's very obtainable. You just need to have a set of rules to understand there are things he mandates for us you got to do, regardless of how you feel, regardless of what you're thinking, regardless of other outside mitigating factor. It's to prove out. When you call salvation great, that's exactly what it is, great, because it excels above others. Y'all got it? It is. It's great. It's like super. You know what I'm saying? It excels above. And that's what we found. Like, if you were naturally drowning or in front of a car, I might push you or grab you. You might say, man, I'm grateful to you, man. Man, you saved my life. He said, yeah, but what I did greater than that. What I saved him from, it's just a matter of time for it to come back again. And I won't be able to save you from that one. But this death that he saved her from, I ain't never got to fear it again. It ain't one of them things, I just got to be on the lookout from now on for cars. You know what I'm saying? Because I almost got hit by one. Because it could be something fall out the sky while I'm looking for a car. It could be a heart attack. It could be a stroke. There's too many different other things that can happen. It's the fact that I realize he's delivered me from a burning death. That supersedes any other death, because everybody got to pass through that way. Death is not something nobody going to cheat. We all got to pass through it. It's just now we just got to know how to do it. When we talk about in the 27th chapter in the book of Mark, but they call Numbers, when Mushah said, let Yahuwah, the Elohim, all Basar, settle each over the Adar, so he can lead them out. You had to pay attention how he left. And then when you look at how he left, you want to kind of retrace his steps and go back to look at even from the beginning, how he got up even to that point. What did he constantly make a mandate of doing, making sure that the will of the Father was always being met? That superseded him of having ownership of a home. What man don't want to have his own family, have a wife, have a family? This is natural. This is a man. So especially after Adam, that's set in play. A man need a wife. A man need his own house. A man need his own space. A man need a car. A man need a garage. Now a man need a screwdriver. You ain't got a screwdriver. You ain't even a man. Your neighbor not gonna know. They say, man, I borrow a screwdriver. I ain't got a screwdriver. They say, where your wife at? You ain't even a man. It's that thing, they tell a man need a tool box, even he don't use it. I got tools on it, you ain't gonna never use it, brand new. But if somebody come ask, I got it. You just gotta have it. They be like, I just had to have it. I just had to have it anyway. They say, as a man, you gotta have it too. But now we start looking at what do we have to do in order to meet the measure that he set for us. Because the goal again is to obtain salvation, but it's gotta be something that's practical. It's got to be something that's logical and something that can be obtained. Salvation can be obtained. We just got to be willing to look at putting everything in its proper place. Okay, how many of y'all have homes, apartments where you stay? How many of y'all beds are in the kitchen? How many of y'all toilets in the closet? Okay, one person, Bobby. He said that's because he like to try to build on the spaceship while he's taking a set down. So all these things are put in a place for a reason. Well, that's the same thing when it comes down to relationships, other things. They have to be put in a certain place because the whole objective is to obtain the salvation and to know how to get in and out of, transferring into. Y'all got what I'm saying? Even when you transfer, there was paperwork you had to have. If you transfer, you couldn't just walk on that school and say, I'm over here. No, they got to take it. Your grades had to be acceptable with what they have, and they got to be able to recognize, say, I'll leave you where you at. Otherwise, someone put you back. They said, based off your grade, what you got, say, here, you can't be that. You got what I'm saying? Our goal is we're trying to transfer up. Y'all got it? Trying to transfer out and transfer up. That's what Yahushua showed us how to do. He transferred out and he transferred up. He went down from humble servant here, and he went up to the Ben of Elohim, second high ruler in Shamaim. So he transferred out of here and went up. That's our goal. To learn how to transfer out and how to go up. Y'all got it? Now, easier said than what I told you. Again, you have to look at everything that you're trying to achieve, where you at in life and where you're trying to go. And in order for you to do that and become successful in what you're looking at trying to do, how does that play on you or with you in obtaining salvation? Because some things you just got to let them go. Based on you trying to get the raw hakadah. Some people say, well, I'm good, I can do it. That's what they are. No hard feelings, but a lot of times it's not practical. Because let's look at Yahushua, okay? I'm trying to get rid of y'all. I was going to read some more of this relationship. I'm not. I'm trying to get through. Let's just look at him. He came down here. What's the name of that girl he liked, the one he was trying to talk to? That subdivision just he had moved in. You remember the one again? You remember them donkeys he owned? The horses, y'all remember that? It's crazy. So he had none of these things. And let's just look at purposely why. What was his agenda? To attain salvation himself and to be a benefit to others. In order for him to be a benefit to others, you ain't gonna believe it. A wife didn't fit in that equation. Nor the kids. Nor did a house. No, listen, this obtains salvation. You're thinking, I got a house. I mean, how they gonna play on me with salvation? Okay, let's try it again. He had no home. He said, foxes have holes.
Yeah.
Birds have nests.
Yeah.
He said, I have nowhere to lay my head at. But I got a house, I got a house, and I got a rental property. Okay, let's try it again. Are we catching on yet? But let's just be, this was the feat that he was given. All right, not defeat. Y'all got to know this defeat. This is what he was obligated to. He had to do, and then didn't tell him in order for him to do it. He realized something. I ain't gonna work for me. They ain't gonna work for me. I just had to stay where I can. Cause in order for me to do what I'm trying to do and accomplish it, it ain't gonna work. Home ownership don't work. But they tell you, listen, the first end for every American, everything. What is it, y'all?
Home ownership.
Home ownership. That's probably why he went in America. It'll messed him up. It'll mess him up. But he had to look at home ownership. He ain't have home ownership. People got to pick him up and drive him around versus he a grown man. He need a car. You know, right? Sitting around, waiting around, sitting on other folks' ass. Folks like, no, man, you need to get your own. Like, get off the ass. You need to get up and go. We're talking about the donkey. So all these things come, but he looked at, this is it. A lot of criticism was given him, not only for the work. Let's just look at as a man, how men look and how we do stuff. This is a sorry man. How we gonna look at him? Come on, man, you're a grown man. You ain't got nowhere to stay. But he's looking at the endeavor that I'm attempting, doesn't allow for it because I'm making this my first sole obligation, the will of the Father, and obtaining salvation for myself as well as others. So when this is your feet, and he didn't give us that, but how many things do we have that's really not necessary and that's pending, that's keeping us from getting the Ruach HaKodesh?
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
I'm just think about it. I mean, why did he this always was showing me, is it really that extreme you can't have nothing? We're talking, that's extreme. What was he trying to show us? You can have all this and you can have that. See, he ain't gonna be able to do it both. You gotta be willing. Now, some people, he allow us to control, have certain things, but that's got to be in perspective too. You know, I gave it to you because it's on a help to other people. Otherwise, I take it. He said, man, whosoever have this world's goods and he don't have his key, he said, you shut up your bowels of compassion. He said, ain't no harbor Elohim in him. He said, it can't be. He said, you can't do it. So the only way he give you stuff, this is something else with me. So the only way he give you something, because it got to be a benefit to the rest of it.
Right. That's right.
You probably didn't know that either, didn't it? It don't make sense to give it to you. Why did he give it to you for you? It had to be to benefit others, just like your body. When you eat, you taste it, your whole body benefits from that. We're a body. So the body benefits from other things that happen, just like the body is hurt through other things that happen to it, right? Well, the same thing had to come to a benefit. But in order to attain this salvation, everybody to be practical, you really need to look at what you got and see is it really a need? What you put your drive to, how did this play? How much is your heart in what you're doing versus toward him? There's a lot of stuff you got to give up. You got to be able to walk away from. There's a lot of stuff you got to look at. It can't be as important as you thought it was. It can't. You ain't going to make it. Y'all want the truth, right? We ain't going to make it. There's too many things that just, man, I just don't want to hear people talking. You know what I'm saying? Who want to hear people? How many of y'all don't want to hear people's mouth? Man, I ain't got time to hear people. But what if you got to hear their mouth for your salvation? This is the thing. We have to become out of the ordinary people. Right now, you ordinary. You got everything they got. You do everything they do. When you get pissed off, listen, I'm finna let you have it. I can apologize, repent later. Right now, you need to get all these words. I can clean these shoes off. I need to put this in your behind. He said, so right now you ordinary. See, now you know what happened? I'm going to call you Shamshon. Shamshon knew what his defeat was, just like us. He said, if you cut my hair, what did he say he'll do? He said, I'll be like every other man. See, people desire weakness. People desire to just willingly submit themselves. He told her. Why did he tell her? This is my downfall. This will take me out. This will sever my relationship. Why would I give somebody that type of power? Because as human beings, that's how we operate. We operate to put ourselves in hurt. Look at Yahushua. You ain't believe it. I got to go to Jerusalem. And I'm going to be delivered in the hands of sinful men. They're going to kill me the third day. He told him, but I'm a coon though. He told him. He had a desire for them to know. Let them know, I'm going to Jerusalem. And when I do, I'm going to be delivered in the hands of men of Kataim, and they're going to kill me. But I'm going to get up. He did just like Shamshon. I told you what happened. I gave you, listen, I ain't keep no secret from you. He made sure you knew it. Because it wound up working to a benefit. You know, sometimes we're like, you can't tell it. What is it? You can't tell them. Right hand, what the left hand do? Or the left hand, what the right hand do? He did it. Because he looked at how it benefited. Typically, you wouldn't. He looked at, listen, he told him you can do nothing against the truth. It'll be for it. I just came to the grips of realizing that you get out of the fear of what people going to take from you, how people can have stuff on you, and how people can hold you. Listen, if your mind and your real desire is for this salvation, there is nothing that anyone can take from you. There is nothing a person can do to hurt you unless you stop working for the benefit of the will of the Father. Because everything he gonna let happen is gonna work to a benefit. It might not look at it, your confidence has to be there. That if I'm doing what I supposed, this is what I measure. I ain't no use trying to measure that, oh, the word said, you said in your word now. Man, I know what I said, who you talking to? I in your word, you know you said. He said, we gonna play the game for real? You think I know what I said? What you standing on? Because we tend to want to come back and throw back to him what his word said. That was for others to call. He gave it to us so you would have something to measure against. He's definitely a man that's studious about making sure he stays with what he says. He did things to people to let you know, I don't lie. So if you have confidence in nobody, at least you can put confidence in him. To know that if he said it, that's what he's going to do. If he allows something to happen, because he's going to use that situation in some type of way where it's going to be a build-up for his malcoon, but it's got to benefit you. If I take from John, and John is doing the will of Elohim, this can only work to be a benefit to John in the future, and it's going to work to be to a downfall of mine. He said, well, better you had put a milestone around your neck than you took from him. So he set the whole situation for me to come still take him to, well, this is going to be your downfall. And this one I won't forgive. So when Yahushua will come back, who going to sin? Every who? And conjunction. And all of them. Every one of them piercing. So it worked to a benefit. I have some people that come back, I can hold, I got some people I can hold my wrath on. Those people that played a part there, he said, I come back, they going to see me. They're going to see, they're going to pay for what they've done. So if he's going to repay these people what they've done to them, and the prior of the people that Kodashim, don't you think he's going to pay these people back for what he do to you? What they do to you? But our confidence hadn't been there in him. We hadn't really believed him enough to say, I'm going to let you handle this. I'm going to stop trying to fight every fight. I'm going to quit trying to war every war. At some point, you have to prove out my confidence is in you enough. I'm going to trust you for everything, for my losses and my wins. Because if it shouldn't have happened, I'm just telling what I just said. I just say he don't know what he's doing. It shouldn't have happened. What did I just say, Justin? If you whoop your kids for something, it's typically because they did something wrong, something contrary, or you're angry with them because they did. So I'm angry about the situation because I feel like he shouldn't have done it. He don't know what he's doing. See, now we had to start questioning things when we look at things, how we had to be with something. Listen, I make sure I clear myself with him. I want to be clear with him on every end. I have no doubt about him. I don't care what I lose. I ain't got no doubt about him. I never had a stronger fear for him than how things have been transited, because I just started realizing I really hadn't trusted him the way I should have. I really hadn't. I trusted him to a point. I trusted him up to so much, but not all the way to where you know what best. My confidence is just in you. How you see fit, because it got to work the way you want it to happen. How does anything else work? How does anything work? And we get out of that sometimes, or we get into the fear of, and that fear of makes us always keep reacting. It makes us always keep injecting ourselves. We realize, I don't need you in this one. Like when he went to get them out of Mizraim, it makes sense. To me, I wonder all the time, why he ain't just let them fight? Because they need to know, first of all, I'll fight for you. If I tell you, listen, don't fear, I'll fight for you. Why would you not fight? Why would you not fight? I ain't never seen him fight. When Daoud came up there, why would they just say, whatever you say? That man gave him some weapons. He said, listen, this man been doing this a long time. You're a kid. You're an amateur at this. This man been doing it. At least take this. Now he started to recite out about what he's done, but Again, we talking about Goliath. You know what I'm talking? We talking about 11 finger, 11 toe Goliath, gigantuan, ain't been defeated. Then we talking about a boy. You gotta understand, I'm looking at this, and I don't see it. I don't see it. But Yahuwah showed that he could use a lad to kill a giant. Yahuwah brought them out because they were children. He kept calling them the children. You'll notice the conversation, he referred to them a lot as the children of. Y'all babies. I ain't gonna let them out. I can't let no babies fight for me. Why I come to get my son and tell my son fight? And I came to fight. And they need to know that. And they need to know what the relationship was. How you think if somebody messes with your son's guy, how you coming out? All right, look, Ken, go and fight. You coming out, I'm killing everybody. And he knew his daddy coming, no, my daddy coming. And my daddy coming to fight. He don't want me to fight. Because he gonna look, this is my fight. And he want them to know that. When I tell you that you're my son, my being, I want you to know the relationship that we connect together. And I will fight to the end for you to make sure I deliver you out of. And they need to have that relationship with him to know when he say, don't, wait, be still, because I'm working. And they had to come to it because they had experience. A lot of us, you have experience, you just haven't recognized it. You have unrecognizable experience. Because how you been making all this time? We talk about, how many of y'all still had happened in your life and that was the end of the world? So why we still here? Only because he showed it. How many would have been in a situation and we didn't know what we were going to do? Did we get the situation? So all of a sudden he stopped doing what? He stopped fixing ends of the world and he stopped correcting the situation we didn't know what we were going to do. He stopped that right now, right? All he been waiting for us to do is when we going to recognize it. When we going to recognize it, let something be his. Let people have, I got to have that last word with you. I got to let you know how I feel. Man got shot me. I hit the horn. That man shot me, bro. He was cussing me. I said, this man has no idea. I just kept moving. I said, the energy and time, it just takes too much energy and time. That's where he at. He took on something. I said, I got to keep moving. I'm in here arguing, fussing. Now we're going to go to gun playing, somebody get shot, and the sense would have been there. First out your window up. Why you roll your window down to entertain and start the fool with it? You could have kept moving. You know when you think about this? When you sitting in prison trying to explain it to the judge. I ain't no effing punk. When you shoot me a bird, you better be ready to die. And the judge saying, home or house arrest, probation, ankle bracelet. Man, they're saying, I'm telling you they're saying, I can't afford you to be back on the street. Because you know how many people shoot birds and say stuff? You can't kill everybody on the street. You can't, I had to absorb you out of society. And people don't realize how dangerous and detriment we can be to ourselves. And Yahuwah is trying to get up from their mind. Look at how much hurt and time and loss we've cost ourselves because we just hadn't had the confidence in it. That whole conversation, then I'm going to let y'all go. It's been about us making changes. Everything Yahushua did, he couldn't do nothing less and obtain it. Nothing. Well, if it was nothing less, the slap, he had to have every one of them. Not one, it couldn't be one less. The whip, not one less. Not one stick of rock could be missing. Everything was to the exact. You know what? Everything that happened to you is to the exact too. It's got to happen that way for you to obtain it. You guys say you want to be saved. I keep reiterating, I keep pushing it back. I want you to always know I'm on my job. I'm going to do my job without any excuses. I will maintain the way he done told me to go. I'm not going to let up. I'm not going to tire. I'm not going to fall. I'm not going to quit. You trusted me with something I told y'all. Most valuable thing you got. I ain't going to be the one to let you down. You can forget it. You know when somebody let you down, give you a pass, it ain't going to happen for me because I'm in the same fight. This all about relationship. See, we all connect together. Y'all got it? Now, if you can't make it but so far and you don't do it, then he's going to cut you off. But I want you to stay connected. Everyone, I want you to stay connected. I want you to really do inventory on how many things you keep fighting, how many things you keep trying to fix, and how far you got with it. It's really coming down to an end of really fully committing and trusting everything in his hand. This is everything I got. Me, my family, my goods, everything. This is everything I got. And don't hold back nothing. And when you give it to him, please don't tell him how to arrange it. Can you please bring it back? if you will. If you don't mind, will you allow me to have? He said, don't give it to me and give me the rules with it too. Give it to me and have enough confidence. I'm going to do what's best. That's the mindset I got to. He only takes from me. He's only allowed things to happen. It got to be from a back because I'm considering more. I'm looking more at him. So how that don't work to my salvation? But if I make it the fight of, I should have, I know I should. Man, I got to start. He said, so we still ain't there. How much stuff you done started? How much stuff you done and you still lost? Because I've been trying to get you to realize at some point you got to trust me. Sometimes you got to trust me and not people. You know, you hear that, how can man hurt you and all, that's whatever. People, that's what they want to say. Men can hurt you. People can't hurt you. You know what you had to do? That you had to start realizing, though, did you hurt me because you caught me off guard, or you got me because he allowed it and I was just being submissive to his will? You ain't punk and took nothing. His will just became more important than what my will was. Because my will was to hurt you and to kill you. His will overrode it. Y'all understand that? It don't mean, he wants that will to come up. Kill him, kill that nigga. Let that nigga get away with that. Kill that nigga. That nigga, man, they gonna think you a punk. You ain't weak. Tell them niggas you ain't no faggot. And his will said, but what about my will? And I had to ask that. I understand your will, and that's good for in the church. But when you in the street, a nigga got to do what he got to do. He said, then you hadn't learned, you hadn't fully submitted yourself. You see what I'm saying? I'm being honest with y'all. We got to get there. We're going to be safe. At some point, we're going to have to start learning. I'm talking about learn to the fact that you can emulate. There's a lot of stuff you can say the kids should learn, but when you give them the test, they fail. We got to be able to emulate it, duplicate it. Everything he's done, that's the proof in whether or not you learned it, that you actually comprehend it. And the truth of the matter, we the Way of Yah, we have not fully comprehended. But that's my goal, to make sure we get it. Listen, I ain't going to give up. I'm going to do it. This is what I want. Let me tell you something. I gave up that stuff. Hate for folk, but man, I don't even waste my time. Listen, first of all, I don't feed into things because I got to let you get in my mind. I don't give people that kind of space. I just stop. I can't let you get in here because it's going to be a defect when that man said, I need you to submit all my heart. I've taken some of this heart to hate Bruce for a situation. So when he said, give me your whole heart, I'm like, here it is. He said, but it's 10% missing. I'm saying, that's what I got right now because Bruce pissed me off early. Had you caught me before Bruce came, he said, I don't care about what happened to you and Bruce. I told you to give me your heart. You know what I'm doing? I'm going to be honest. I'm working on it. I'm working on doing better. At least I can admit that. I'm working on doing better. But he done asked me for a whole heart. Where y'all figure I'm at with him right now? Because I'm working on doing better. Next time you ask, I'll be ready. Look, I passed through this time you weren't ready. You see how, this is what we got to consider. Everybody will start looking at this. You're getting ready to die. So now how important every situation is now if you're getting ready to die? Consider that when a situation come up to give it to somebody, they need to get a good piece of your mind. You need to tell them. They need them word. That flesh, oh, no. Not letting this go. You getting this. This all this. Then consider what you getting ready to die anyway. So how valuable is it finna be? So I need to go ahead and just keep moving. Because the will. That's all I want you to start doing. Start versing everything toward the will. Like they had that set aside versus set aside. That's a fight. Let's do that versus the will. Now who you gonna let win? Everybody else wait to see the fight. Who you gonna let win? Y'all got me. Who you gonna let win? Are you gonna go ahead and you gonna take it over and you gonna fight it versus letting his will be done? And his will is not gonna be anything your flesh wanna buy into and do, but you'll start to see after a while when you see the results of why you should submit to his will, why it becomes more advantageous for you, where it becomes more profitable for you, where it becomes the better way versus you keep trying to handle things. Let's see. You still ain't saved, and you've been handling it. So use that. Let's use that for the marker. You don't have the Ruach HaKodesh. And this has been all you. How much confidence you got on you going to handle the situation, you going to do it. You've been handling this situation, you still ain't obtained it. You still struggling and stuck. You can't lose by not submitting to the will. You've lost by you not submitting. because you hadn't obtained. This ain't hard for us. How far have you gotten? How many of y'all have handled it? You had to handle it. You had to do everything yourself. You had to take care. You can't count on nobody else, so it's all in you. You know, if you don't do it, it ain't getting done. Where we at? And where we at on this Ruach HaKodesh? Okay, so that, you see what I'm saying? So isn't it logical that we need to go back and start looking at how we really believe things? Is our confidence really in him enough to say, I'm gonna let them have that. I'm gonna trust the will. Are we there? I am. I just, man, you just get tired. You get tired of beating your head against a rock. And you ain't getting nowhere with that foolishness. You ain't gonna get nowhere till you learn. But this, again, you ain't gonna be able to do it because I just told you this is gonna be over a course of events. That means you have to stay ready. When I tell like grabbing something from somebody, be looking. Because you don't know who's gonna be the person they're gonna use, but there's gonna be an event gonna have to happen so you can see. I want to kill that person. I want to hurt him. I need to do something to him. And I want you to consider the will. I want you to let the will right. Whenever you consider the will, we're gonna have to let that part go. The will, it ain't can't be now, I'm gonna go with your will, but listen, try it again. I'm gonna kill you. Then we really have to come subjected to the will, realize, let him do what he do best. People only doing what they're doing to you because he allowed them to do it. So sometimes what I learned now, your fight back ain't with that person where he done told you don't wrestle against flesh and blood. What would you wrestle against? Principality. Against rulers. This man ruled over everything. When Dawud was getting cursed out, remember how he jumped down from his horse when they sought to kill him? He said, let him continue to curse. He said, Elohim had caused him to do it. He said, he might look down on me and count this as a baraka. Can you imagine that? He was getting cursed out by a man. He wasn't using what he was pronouncing. He called him a dog and how he should die. He was pronouncing it. Let all that happen. That man, they were looking at one of the Benjamites looked at. That man shouldn't live for what he said. He like, command me, I'll kill him. He told him, what I got to do with you? He said, let him curse. He said, Elohim permitted him to do that. He said, who know what Elohim might look on me and it might be favorable for me. And it wound up favoring Dawud. But think of Dawud, he had the authority. We know he came to grip going around. At what point did I trust him? See, even with doubt, they realized I hadn't fully trusted him. You're gonna make it, you're gonna learn how to trust him. Everybody. You got a situation. Don't worry about them coming. They come. You just gotta start dealing with them differently. End of the day, peace of mind beat everything. Out of peace of mind. I don't sleep through my bed tormented by that. I appreciate that. And then because I stopped wrestling through what I gotta fight, what I gotta do. Just tired. You can't keep living your life like that. You know, you can keep saying you believe. Everybody say they'll believe, but everybody keep doing something different. He looking at when somebody do something exact. When somebody gonna have enough confidence in me to say, this is will. He destroyed them places. I don't start down relationship with him when I see all them places getting destructed and destroyed over there, because I look at it don't affect me. When I look at it, dude, I chose them over you. I decided to afflict them and leave you. If I decide to come and afflict you, I need you to be good with it. I don't be tore up when I see them places get destroyed. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Oh, I thought, well, that was them. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate me, but he said, now when it comes to you, where you gonna be? I let it fall on you, where you gonna be? Where they gonna put me and you at? You gonna quit believing me? You gonna doubt me? I'm just asking. All these things are important for us. You need to ask. I come out and decide I want to take a kid. Where they gonna put us at? Where they gonna put if I decide I want a kid from the ghost? If I want to take one from, where we gonna be at? A man had a house and the man had a room never been occupied. Probably somebody tried to rent it. They probably tried to talk to him about doing an Airbnb. So he could just get, extra money to pay the taxes. Say, I'll at least Airbnb it till he comes. That way, nobody ain't living, ain't renting. Airbnb is every day. So you let them know they got a roll around the mood hard time. You got a roll, so it's open. No, nobody never been in there. Joseph Arimathea bought a grave, a kabam, and never nobody laid in it. I mean, they had somewhere they bought that people had already been in them, already laid. He bought one and kept it. Nobody never been in this one. Kept it right there for him. If people bought things and set them aside for him, anticipating. Y'all got me? Are you anticipating him to come? What provision have you made? Where are you going to stay? It's amazing. He's coming back. What reservations have you made for him? What pre-plan you made? He said that Don had need of it. Let me guess. You finna clean it up now. He don't need nobody to clean it up now. He needs somebody to say, it's ready. Y'all got me? That's would be our goal, is to make sure we ready. Y'all got it? The Ruach HaKodesh needs somewhere where it can rest. The wind needs somewhere it can go. It don't have to blow no more. It can stay there, and it can stay there, and it can abide. Y'all got it? But you gotta make preparations. Y'all got me? And that's what we're gonna be working on. Okay? That's two. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate Yahuwah for everything he's doing. Y'all all right? Well, it's almost 8 o'clock. We would have had service start. We gotta get ready now and eat. Appreciate it. Somebody just tuned in now. They like, what the world Smith up there for? We started a little earlier, but we talked for a while. Y'all all right? Did y'all learn anything? Appreciate it. That's the goal. That is definitely the goal. Put it, please. So that's definitely the goal. Make sure we get that thing right, everybody. Don't mean you don't go through nothing. Don't mean things might not hurt you from time to time. At the end of the day, though, man, when you get this thing here right, when we make it in, that's what we're working for. Overall, above all things. Y'all don't ever get what y'all come here for. Don't buy into nobody. Oh, man, we just have a good time. No, that's fine. But I got to consider my salvation. I ain't come here to see if I can die and burn from him. No, ma'am, no, sir. I came here to make sure I secure my salvation. Or to secure it, I got to be practical. What are the most important things? The will of the Abba. Listen, that supersedes everything. His will to be totally done. He might call you do something. People say, man, that's dumb. I wouldn't have done it. That's stupid. That's the very thing you need to do. Because man ain't going to never see it that way. Man always going to see it as if it was me. But then you got to look at if it were me, what do they believe? Even if they say they believe this, where are you at in what you believe? That makes a difference on what you'll do. So I'm telling you, when a person's primary goal is salvation, you're going to get a different response. They're going to tell you, but to be saved, I wouldn't do it. If being saved, listen, I'm telling you, y'all, this can be done. Just weigh it against what it is. Weigh every decision against you're going to die. Hard. This ain't hard. I'm going to go kick this nigga behind. You're going to die. Is that worth it? It's worth you dying? You're like, man, I'm finna die. And no, they can go ahead. They're like, man, why you, man, with me, you're in a different state. Go on and do it then. It's better you do it than me. Because I got to worry about the will of the Abba. Y'all, it's just like when they try to tell him to go to the Muhar. He said, my hour comes. He said, your hour ain't here. You can go. Listen, it's my hour. This thing putting up on the time of me to die. He's like, so there's some stuff I can't do that you can do. Y'all got to realize this. Y'all understand this our hour. I'm trying to tell y'all now what I'm gonna do. Cooking. And what's gonna let my time. And that guy on light. I'm gonna pull out together. I'm gonna pull out on get him. Y'all know what? He can have all my heart. I just need a smidgen. I don't need all my heart, just a smidgen. I can hate you with half a fingernail of my heart and still be perfect. Good. Woo, I just want to dive in that joke and fight. That false humility, yes, sir. You right, Paul. I'm wrong. I'm like, that just made me really want to, so you know you're wrong. Now I really want to dive on like a bucket of water. But no, he all right, I guess. When he around here dropping salt, trying to tell, what's the name of the group again? Yeah, group. Oh, he trying to tell everybody group. That man done prostituted through every production company in him. I have no love for this man. I'm watching this man. Because how you feel about Jaheed? That's what I'm talking about. He don't get you started. I said, how much time you got, fella? And then start talking about that, man. So, how much time y'all got for this joker? We're going to get ready to get our announcements, too, while he... Yo, so you can get our announcement while they're taking this up, and I allow them, let them do my time. And then who? Jill's birthday. Happy birthday, Jill! Happy birthday. Happy birthday, 5G. Oh, 5G. Man, Jill came back home, man. They came that 5G Jill just shaking all them chairs around them. I could tell somebody, she got 4G. He said, why? He said, come a need one knock. So that no 4G from 5G. We finally got them worked out now. And we got them little stickers you put on there for the radiation. We stick them on their back of their neck. Now it don't bother them like it used to. Ain't that right? So appreciate that. Appreciate again all of that watch and follow. Appreciate them. Arnez, pressing to be down here with us. Appreciate him. Give him a hand clap. Our newest member, Sean, appreciate him, see him. He headed back down to the SIP. We appreciate him. I ain't see you in that video, Sean, so you got a check coming. You got with the enemies already. And I said, that's Sean in that video. How you get with the enemy? Diamond Production and stuff. I said, he don't know he been set up. They've been in that video. The folks will use you like that. All right, Allah, clearing us, Palau. Kudash Abba, separated Father. We say, how to do things. For allowing us to be here, for your debar, your word, for all you given us and granted us this opportunity to call upon your Shem, which is call upon your name. Baraka the sick, the afflicted, the married, the single, the separated, behind prison walls and captivity, leadership and authority, those that ask us to allow for them, that support your Dabarim, the out-of-towners over the Yom, to keep them, those going through the destructions of nature, those in captivity, those going through the pestilence and tribulation, we allow you count us worthy to escape. According to the Barif Yushabah, the Abraham, Yasakak, Yaakov, the Yahudim, to Yasharan, and Tuladam, even those your car are far from our Tuladam, that you might recover those that are taken and individual misfakata, we might come into the Banah and the Da'ath, which is the knowledge, that we might receive the Ruach HaKadosh unto the human redemption. Baraka your pioneer, and let it be a Ur upon us, which is your face, let it lighten upon us. Your Shalakim, your Ra'im, and your Mala'aki, which are your sent ones, your shepherds, and your messengers. Without you, we are nothing. We allow that you will make us Tauher, pure, Other Kodashim, the separated ones, Talmim, complete, and join up with the Mashiach. Forgiving our enemies, forgiving us for any trespasses or ill wills we had or done against you, that we might receive your Kasid and Rekam, which we could not obtain by works nor by possessions, but by your favor and by your heart that you grant us, and other are both. We allow that we would be an arm and a gui and a Rosh Pari after your own love, after your own heart, and will allow us to inhabit with you. Baraka, the food that we about to receive, the hand set forth to the servant of it, let it be for the nourishment of the basar, the flesh, but your debar for our inward man, and it's for the nefash. And when we've done all we can do here on this side, we palau for Beth and your Lam Malkuth and your eternal empire, where we can see your pioneer, your face, and Tahalim, your Shem better, which is praise your name. In the Shem of Yahushua HaMashiach, let us all say, Amen. Come home! Come home! Let me get my kids. Come on, kids, right quick. Hold on, y'all wait. They're gonna do my time. Come on, Pam. Get y'all up here.
My day.
It's your day?
What day? Don't you sing so loud, okay?
Hey, man, you got your bow tie on. Huh? Yeah, they gonna sing. You ready? Uncle Austin. Oh, you gonna sing with Uncle Austin too? Okay. Y'all ready? I'm gonna knock him out too, okay? Alice, make sure remind me to knock you out. Yes. You be tripping, man. Y'all ready? Reach it out, stretch it out. Amanda, you ready to sing? You gonna lead us? You gonna start it out for us? All right, she gonna start it out for us, y'all, and we gonna join in on 3. 1, 2, 3, hit it. The little children, ooh, all the children of the congregation, ooh, red and yellow, black and white, they are precious in His sight. The little children of the congregation. Woo! Come home, and bring them under some single lesson. All right, y'all, they finna get ready. Come on out here. My time.
Yeah.
The weapon point against me gon' prosper. Yeah, my time. No weapon formed against me gon' prosper. No, my time. Yeah, it's my time. My time.
No weapon formed against me should prosper because I got mine. Pray my soul go with you, who the day is my time.
Today is my time.
Pray my soul go with him, the day is my time. The day is my time. No weapon formed against me should prosper because I got mine. Pray my soul go with you, who the day is my time. The day is my time. Pray my soul go with him, the day is my time. The day is my time. The weapons of my warfare not carnal but strong through Elohim, to pulling down strongholds like Shimshon with Philistines. Through Yahuwah I'm rich, but they wanna take my wealth. So as I did times before, I gotta go and shake myself. You think his strength came from his head, you only scratch the surface. You see it came through his obedience if you stop and focus. I didn't get this on my own, this ain't no boast to me. Get you an equal, nudge your eyes and tell me what you see. Yeah, I may total pistol, but I got artillery. All with the same mind as other each of Elohim. We about to stand comfort, that comfort kiss the bigger whatsoever need. Cause now before I'm learning, yes I'm learning that the scripture ain't just made for me to quote them, but it gotta be inside like DNA, so I'm encoding. So when my youth come to finally stop and take my death, I can hear you who will say what I'm soldier. Take your rest. No weapon formed against me should prosper because I got mine. Pray my soul go with you, who the day is my time. The day is my time. Pray my soul go with him, the day is my time. The day is my time.
No weapon formed against me, you prosper. And I ain't talking 9 milli over little chopper. Nigga, just stop it. Yo, Hootie the dream team. He want me kick off the roster. That's Satan, the great dragon. I gotta go kill this monster. Cause me and him be battling. Try and get in my conscience and turn me away from y'all. And say his mission accomplished. Cause this time is running short here. And I know we getting more scared. So I fight his demons with obedience and more prayer. Still I keep the sword near, right along with that armor. But I know my weapons are gonna be carnal to win this warfare. They mighty through Yahuwah, cause in the end I look to be with him a true way better than Hawaii and Aruba. Imagine you staring down that barrel right up when you shoot it, delete you using a finger like he typing on computers. Kill you in cold blood, let you die. But in the future the heritage of his people will rather to see you shine.
No weapon formed against me should prosper because I got mine. Pray my soul go with you, who the day is my time. The day is my time. Pray my soul go with him, the day is my time. The day is my time. No weapon formed against me should prosper because I got mine. Pray my soul go with you, who the day is my time. The day is my time. Pray my soul go with him, the day is my time. The day is my time. Yeah.
sin. Bye, bye, like poof be gone. No magic tricks and it don't require no backward flips. Not complicated, just have some patience, relax and sit. About in the vine or else get cast in the pit. Smoking like a cancer stick, now you a branch that's split. Down in hell instead of on top of the hill. We fell on the rock, that same rock it'll kill. If it fall on us, it'll turn us all to dust. So we seek the Ruach HaKodesh to get properly sealed. And they like, how you do that there? Winter and summer the same, bearing fruit all year. This is what happens when it's by the rivers you planting. Sin is the problem, well, let me give you the answer. Bye, bye, bye. True husbandman, Yahusha, he the savior, and he be the mediator of the new covenant. Still here and going nowhere. I'm staying under him like underwear. The sun I wear as a covering. Disguise myself, I put on Yahusha. The army of Yah, I'm pushing on like a trooper. Salute the all of Kadash, lift up your hands and make sure you don't become a withered branch. Bye, bye.
What the book tellin'? What the book tellin'? What the book tellin'? Take me back to the old way. Ta-ta old way.